Coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, Bad News Bubba. Happy Monday morning to you. June 15th. The odds of June are upon us. Cody, did you have a good weekend? How are you, my friend?
All good. Doing good here. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Got some back pain, but other than that, we're good. Everything's good. I'm hoping it's muscular. It's the lower back. Probably just a mattress situation. I don't know. It's kind of just feels permanent, but it gets a little bit better if I like push something up against it, and just like posture it. I don't know. Other than that, we're good. Good morning to the freaks, and good morning to you, gentlemen.
Thanks. Sam, good to see you. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a good weekend. Got immediately just sprung into action into the week here as I was, pulling out of my driveway. Figure I'm a little bit later than I'd like to be. I'm pulling out, and then like 3 houses down from me, they just have shattered glass everywhere in the road. Like not even their driveway. It's just in the middle of the road where like our entire cul-de-sac is going to have to go down that road to get out of there. I was already late enough to where like a detour around another loop of the neighborhood would have probably taken a little too long. So I just drove through it. That might have been real stupid by me.
You drove through the glass?
A little bit of it. I mean, I dodged 90% of it, but I didn't really have time to do the whole big loop. But I just want to know what is going down in their head. Sunday night, why are you just leaving glass out on the street?
What kind of glass? Like beer bottles or like
it almost looked
car
like
windows?
Yeah, it looked like window glass almost.
They might have gotten there broken into.
But it was like right in the middle of the street. Like it wasn't even like it was on, the sidewalk and it got a little bit. It was just right in the middle. It's like if they just went out into the middle of the road, took a window and just.
What kind of neighbors are these?
I don't interact with them too much. They're a little too far down for my extent. Kind of keep it to the.
I mean, can you learn anything from the yard? Does it look like a normal yard, or they got like old engine blocks sitting out in the yard?
No, it's pretty normal.
Okay, well, maybe it's not them. Maybe somebody else had
I don't know.
I
hope it's cleaned up this afternoon. We're gonna have some problems.
I hope that your tires aren't low whenever you go outside.
I had the exact same thought, brother.
I've driven over a lot of glass. I think you can drive over a little bit of glass. It's just if you take it easy over the glass, as long as it's not like those big, huge shards, little busted glass won't hurt a tire, most likely.
I hope so.
Well, I appreciate the dedication.
Other than that, great sports weekend. Knicks get their championship. Honestly, like I'm feeling hopeful, John, for myself for like a championship within maybe the Titans or Tennessee. Knicks got a championship. One of my roommates from college is from New York. He's been just having the time of his life. His dad passed away this year too, and he was a huge Knicks fan. So like getting that was awesome for him. I had some buddies that are like from Charlotte. You get the Canes winning the Stanley Cup. I feel like I'm just next in line here.
Okay. I like the
So
optimism.
I'm hopeful on this Monday morning.
All right. Love that.
Titans Super Bowl coming around the corner.
Hell, maybe a Team USA World Cup championship after Friday. Who knows?
I'd be a little disappointed if that was the championship that I got, but, I'd take it.
Rick Barnes, maybe next March or April, possibly. Okay. Optimism. Love that.
How was your weekend?
My buddy's the same way, Sam. He's a Knicks fan. He's been sending me nonstop stuff about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care at this point.
I have
been kind of
my algorithm's been stuck on like the Knicks edits side of things, which I find to be good.
Is your buddy beating anybody up on the subway?
No, I don't think he stabbed anyone yet.
That's good.
My algorithm had that one Spurs fan, though. Did you guys see him? The one Spurs fan? Monster of a man. He was in a Tim Duncan jersey, or Dennis Rodman jersey, excuse me, just looking for trouble. And it was taking on basically the whole concourse by himself. My algorithm's been full of him. So, the Spurs might have got embarrassed in 5, but he at least maybe saved their legacy as fans. Not even sure if he's a real fan. There's been some talk that he just wanted to go fight.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Just put the Rodman jersey on. Just be like, hey, I'm here to cause a ruckus.
Yeah, there's been some talk of that he wasn't actually a Spurs fan, but he was just somebody that's like, this is the best way I can get some people mad. But my algorithm's been full of that and that person that got chucked off that mountain in Brazil.
That was pretty wild, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It seemed like a tough way to go out.
Kind of just a bad weekend for Brazil. There was that helicopter crash as well.
And they got tied in the World Cup. They gave up a goal. They gave up a goal early, then they tied and couldn't win. Yeah, that is how that one went. But, you said it's a bad way to go out for that girl. I would say she probably didn't know she was going out that way.
Probably not until she hit the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you probably just kept waiting for it to swing, and it just never – it wasn't – I saw a video – I saw a video of the way it was supposed to look, and it wasn't a real bungee jump situation, which I thought it was at first. It's more of like a swing. So maybe she did know, because like in the video I saw of when it goes well off that bridge, they throw you out because the way they were tossing her, like they were throwing her like Superman.
So that is typical. The way that they throw them.
Yeah, but they don't do a bungee jump. It's basically a swing. So they throw them like out, and then they swing under this big bridge.
Under the bridge. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, maybe at some point she realized she wasn't going to swing, but that was just a crazy video.
Yeah. Yeah, she just hit the ground. Like it looked like her neck snapped, and that was pretty much it.
I feel like that's got to be intentional.
There's a lot of people saying that. I don't know what could have happened. Apparently, there were – I couldn't understand it because it was in Spanish, but there were people – or maybe Portuguese, I don't know. But there were people warning them that she didn't have a rope. Like you could hear a couple of people like yell before she went off.
I didn't hear – I didn't hear any yelling.
I heard something, but it was in a language I didn't know.
Okay.
So I did, hard to say.
It's just one of those that like I've seen that type of video like 50 times where it's like some type of accident like that, but it's like AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was waiting for there to be like an obvious AI edit or ending, and there just never was. And then more angles started coming out. And I was like, okay, nope, this is real.
Yeah, Gork said it was real.
I see the AI video all the time of people jumping like into like this big parachute that bounces them up, or like a big water slide or something like that.
Yeah, this actually happened.
Yeah.
This girl got thrown off a cliff in Brazil.
So that's what my internet algorithm was for most of the weekend. Just that, and then the big evil Spurs fan whipping everybody's ass.
Yeah, he looked like he needed to be a little further south down at the UFC event.
Did you watch it?
Watched a little bit of it. Shout out Justin Gaethje. Beat the hell out of that Topuria guy.
Yeah. He was a decent sized underdog too, right?
6-1.
Yeah.
Then he had just like almost just felt scripted, the speech. He was like, who else was more than a 6-1 underdog? America 250 years ago.
You say it was scripted, but hell, he probably was telling himself that the entire lead up to it. Which, I mean, that's a name that, like, that guy is just a badass. I feel like every time he fights, he's an underdog that somehow pulls out a win. I feel like he's like a UFC fan's like legend. Like he might not be like a national name or like a, go down as one of the mainstream goats, but I feel like real UFC fans like that guy's just a badass.
He's just a brawler.
Yeah.
When he goes out there, he's just gonna throw haymakers all day long, and if he gets knocked out, he doesn't really care.
Did you watch any of it, Cody?
No, I didn't watch any of the UFC event, but I saw that there were some weird messages from Eric Trump to Daniel Cormier. Did you see any of that?
That was an interesting lead up to it, where Eric Trump allegedly sent Daniel Cormier DMs looking for inside information.
Right. And then they came out later, and the Trump camp, the Eric Trump camp, said that they were AI generated photos or something.
At first, Cormier was just trying to downplay it as if he had never posted anything. So it's almost like they didn't get their lie straight, because Cormier tweets it out, deletes it, an hour later says, "Are you guys really that dumb? You'll believe anything." AK, like, those screenshots going around of me aren't real. But then people are like, "Nope, here it is. We got it screen recorded." So then, then Eric Trump was like, "Oh wait, no, it was AI generated." Which, that's the scary thing about AI. That and on top of like all of our water getting mixed up, to me, AI is just a tool of the powerful, of the wealthy, to basically get you to doubt your eyes. You laugh, Sam, but it's not funny. Like, I mean, it's really not. Like, we saw we saw something clearly happen, and it's like, oh no, that's AI. And like, I see that horrific video in Brazil, and I'm like, is that AI? Is that real? And it's just like, now nothing we see can ever be 100% sure of it, because somebody just has to say that's not real. You didn't see me doing that. I wasn't there in the club. No, baby, that was AI. You didn't see me with this gun, kill this person.
Most ultimate gaslighting comment you can make to someone. No, that was AI.
Well, no, it is, but like, that's where we're at now. And like, that, to me, that's the worst part of AI. Outside of all of us going to lose our water in 10 to 15 years or whatever the countdown is. But
what was it? What is that? You mentioned that twice now. What do you mean by that? The water.
Yeah, like the data centers and the AI stuff and just all the stuff it takes to just fuel everything. You're unfamiliar with the connection of the AI and the water?
I haven't heard this.
Yeah.
What are you
they're
saying?
ruining all of our drinking waters. They're
going to poison the water?
They're putting all these centers in these like places with water. That's what I'll get you the news article you need.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I love a good.
They're running off of it.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
See if we get to the bottom of that one. I hadn't heard that one yet.
Yeah. AI data centers consume massive volumes of fresh water for evaporative cooling is the idea there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got to keep all those machines.
According to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute, EESI.org. It's a .org, so you got to believe it. But no, that's been a big talking point. Like, whenever you do your little videos with the spaghetti screaming and the thing, like, you basically have killed like 40 fish to get that one video.
Okay.
Yeah.
The family of grapes.
Yeah, all this is just going into just freshwater resources.
Okay, so they're using too much fresh water.
Yeah.
Now that's not good. I didn't know that. I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah.
That's scary. Definitely something to watch out for.
Now, the stakes are low there on whether or not Eric Trump was looking for inside information. It is really funny that the dumb one, that Eric would be dumb enough to do that Daniel Cormier, I would assume knew what he was doing when he posted that. But then I guess maybe Dana White or somebody's like, "Hey, bro, you got to delete this. This is bad. This makes everybody look bad. This makes our event look bad. This makes the presidency and the White House look bad." So who knows if it actually happened, though, because like I said, that's the point of AI, I feel like.
You got to go to someone lower than Daniel Cormier if you're really wanting some dirt on these fights.
Joe Rogan was right there to ask. I don't know if Joe Rogan, I know he loves UFC, but I don't know if he loves it as much as somebody who's actually, in the fire as a champion. Joe Rogan, I know, was a ref and has been an announcer for everything, so he probably loves it too. But he's maybe a little bit more willing to sell out than Cormier, who was in there, bleeding and sweating. Yeah, those screenshots were crazy.
It's just a wild. He's like, okay, man, let's cut to the chase. Here's what I'm asking: are any of the fights rigged? Like, would he straight up like actually ask that? I mean, it is a weird situation. It's a weird. It seems like that's probably what he did, and then the blowback. The way people reacted. He's like, oh, we gotta, say this was AI now. I don't know. Very weird.
Insider trading, man.
I know my group text, they were fired up about it. It woke me up last night.
About the text or about the event?
I got like 118 texts everybody just because I had gone to bed a little bit early, and I thought the text group had died down, and I said, okay, I should be all right here because I leave my phone on loud because I know you can just put it on vibrate and the alarm still goes off, but I'm always afraid my alarm won't go off.
So your phone still dings when you get group text? I've told you about just muting the thread. Why don't you just mute the thread?
I don't know. I don't know. I know you can do like the do not disturb thing or whatever, but
you're just sitting in bed, just hearing ding, ding, ding.
Well,
ding,
yeah, I thought
that's absurd.
Well,
ding.
I thought there would be no more dings
ding.
for the night, and then all of a sudden it's like 1 a.m. I'm just getting ding after ding, and it woke me up. It's probably my fault for not putting it on, but I don't know. I got this weird. I'm always afraid my alarm won't go off.
Yeah, but you can just mute the text thread.
Yeah,
just the one thread. Like not muting a text thread for a group chat is diabolical. Like that's just so.
I don't ever
crazy.
Keep it. I always get the notifications.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I get them all. Well, I mean, I want to read it.
You can still go in and read it. It doesn't delete them.
Yeah, but I feel like I'll miss something. I feel like I won't go right.
It'll be even better. You'll open it up and be like, well, I got 20 messages to read, and you scroll and you read.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, that's one of the craziest things, not having a group chat muted, especially when it's sending 100 messages at 1 a.m. Because the fight didn't, the card didn't end until like 1:30, like 1:15. It is still going.
Yeah. Well, I ended up just putting it on vibrate, and the alarm still went off, so that was good.
That's good. Bubba, no.
More like good news, Bubba, today.
Yeah. We'll check in with Bubba
John.
10 or 15 minutes or so. Sam, since the break, we'll come back. We crowned a champion. We'll dive into that. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Top of the morning to you. Hey.
Hello there.
Good to see you.
Yes, sir. Likewise.
How'd you celebrate the Knicks winning a championship?
Bing bong. Joe Byron. Shout out to those trackside boys. I don't really care. I'm going to be honest. I went to bed at like 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay.
And I was like, they'll probably win. And I woke up and I was like, yeah, they did.
The Knicks came out and scored 13 points in the first quarter. An ugly, ugly first quarter, an ugly first half. But when they got to halftime, within, I believe, 5 points, you kind of thought, oh, boy, the Spurs didn't bury them when they had the chance. And that was the case as the Knicks walked them down in another fourth quarter. Cody, the Spurs in 5 or 6 or maybe 7 officially is dead.
Spurs in 9. It's like I said all along, 9-game series. Spurs in 9. Yeah, they kept coming up short. I mean, that's essentially the Knicks wanted it more. The Knicks, the better team. It's hard to not say the Knicks are the better team when it's a 5-game series. I was hoping it would be extended so that we would have some more sports to watch. Now it's kind of tough, NBA's done, NHL's done. If you're into that, so it's we still got baseball, still got college baseball going on, but
got the U.S. Open this week, got the World Cup. You still can stretch it out a little bit, but yeah, the sports we're accustomed to. The top 3, 4, 5 sports, whatever, they, 2 of those wounded down with the NBA and NHL ending same weekend.
Yeah, maybe since there's nothing else going on, I can pivot to caring about the USA-Australia game Friday. Maybe I'll try. But, yeah, for me on the calendar, it's pretty much just let's get ready for football season now.
The Knicks finish it off. They get their championship. The NBA gets another champion. The streak continues where you just get a new champion every year. No repeats, just fresh blood, nonstop. Over a fourth of the league gets to say they won a championship over the last 8 years, which is crazy. In a sport that's been kind of dominated by dynasties throughout our entire lives. Now teams are getting to cash in, win a championship. None more famous, with no drought more famous than what happens in New York since 1973. But now they get to say they are a champion. Jalen Brunson and his Villanova buddies get to say it all worked out. All the draft picks they traded for McCall Bridges, they get to say, hey, it was worth it. All the money they spent on all the games going to these, going and following this journey gets to be worth it. From a Knicks standpoint, Nirvana. From a Spurs standpoint, you got some real questions. Everything that the Spurs accomplished this postseason, this regular season, kind of gets called to question now because their coach, I ain't sure if he's got it. Their $220 million point guard, I don't think anybody likes him right now. And Victor Wembanyama took a blowtorch to all of his goodwill as well.
Well, is it not how people – I know you can't say we expected it to go this way because the Spurs were a minus 220 favorite at one point when the series started.
Mm-hmm.
People thought that it was going to be a clear, whoever won the Oklahoma City series would be the champion. Everybody acted like it was a foregone conclusion. The champion would come out of the West.
Not everybody, just for the record.
Well, a lot of from a national standpoint, They did.
It is crazy.
Everybody I heard.
It is crazy how that bandwagon happens. Like, there's no reason to think the Spurs should just have been minus 200, but also like have everybody picking them that way. You're right. From a national talking standpoint, they act like it was a foregone conclusion that this group of 20, 21, 22-year-old players with a first-time head coach. I know it's not his first season, but it's really his first season in terms of having expectations. That they thought they were going to beat this team of grown men. And that's what I told you is typically kids don't win in these situations. Typically the kids have to go through some growing pains. And then also you saw the other thing I said, which was, hey, the Knicks actually have some bigger guys that can defend Wembanyama. They're not just going to get pushed around like Chet did. And you saw in Game 5, there were stretches where they didn't have Cat or Mitchell Robinson out there. And they're just like, hey, we'll let our power forward and Anunoby guard him. And he was doing a good job. They just swarmed him and kept him frustrated and flummoxed and all of that. And he went from looking like the face of the league, future GOAT, to now he gets that typical NBA superstar moment of, hey, you get close, you fall on your face. How are you going to respond?
After Game 4, there was talk that Anunoby could be the MVP of the series.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Brunson quieted that with his 45-point effort Saturday.
Yeah, no, Brunson, that's as good of a basketball game as you can play when you consider the amount of, percentage of the points he's scored for his team. Carrying them down the stretch, just tough shot after tough shot. That was his crowning moments. Pretty cool. Some people calling him the greatest underdog story in NBA history. I don't know if I can go that far. I know he was a second-round pick. I know he's only 6 foot. I know nobody really expected him to be this, and he went and won a championship for the Knicks. I know he, maybe is an underdog. At the same time, I couldn't get past. It's another check for what we've been talking about here on the show in terms of predicting success for players. He was born to an NBA veteran, of 9 years. So he grew up around the game, kind of like Steph Curry. Both those guys try to get, praise as these big underdogs because of their size, but it's you grew up around it. This is literally in your blood. Go ahead.
Who was Brunson's his dad?
His dad's Rick Brunson. His dad's on the Knicks coaching staff. He's the one that's always up trying to fight the refs and everything. His dad coaches the Knicks, which is why they basically hired him to try to recruit Jalen Brunson to come play for the Knicks. But yeah, he played in the NBA for 9 years.
Okay.
Now, he wasn't a great player or anything, but Jalen Brunson has talked about growing up in NBA locker rooms and growing up, around the game, and
he had the lineage.
Yeah, he famously. It's funny. He talked about turning down a Jordan signature in the locker room one time because he didn't want Jordan to mess his jersey up. He's like, everybody else is starstruck. He's like, I just always saw him. I was always just around. But yeah, Jalen Brunson grew up in the locker room, in the arena. So I don't look at him as much of an underdog as much as like, hey, he was just kind of bred for this. And like it's a guy kind of fulfilling his prophecy and like growing up, being obsessed with something their entire life and getting to get to that mountaintop. Now he was slept on, so I don't want to act like he was a favorite in this. He was an underdog from that standpoint of being 6 foot tall.
Well, in Vegas, I mean, that was one of the bigger lopsided early lines in recent history for a championship, right? I mean, having the Spurs minus 220 when it opened up, I mean, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, you don't typically get big upsets in the finals, but, it's funny. I was on the wrong side of this with the Knicks. Then you watched it with the Sixers. You watched it with the Cavs. You watched it with the Spurs. They beat you without making you feel like you've been like dominated. They just find ways to make these clutch plays and make these big moments and win these games and pull them out. And it leaves you thinking like, man, we really blew that. Hell, even Wembanyama after getting beaten 5 still says like, oh, we dominated most of the series. First of all, that's not a flex. That's not something you should be telling everybody. We know you guys are choking dogs. You don't need to keep telling us that you choked the series away. That every time it got to the fourth quarter, you had a lead and you just couldn't close it. Like that's not something I would be reminding people of.
Yeah, I mean, if Pop was coaching, I think they would have been up 3-1.
Possibly. Maybe. I mean, maybe a prime Popovich, not a Popovich in 2026. I mean, maybe a Popovich of 10 years ago, maybe, but
he's an old man now.
Yeah, maybe 10 years ago, but
they led for 72% of the finals.
And that's cool, but a lot of that could be attributed to this just them being great in the first quarter. Now I don't know why they were so great in every first quarter of this series, Sam, without being able to be great the rest of the game. I don't know if they came out and, it was like a racehorse or a boxer that just blew his load too quickly and ran out of energy.
I think it was just, I feel like the Spurs they played more games, obviously. Like they were in just longer battles in the earlier rounds and the Knicks were just steamrolling through everyone where I feel like they were just fresh.
It might have been that. It might have been that.
Wemby just looked like he was done playing half the time.
It's almost like Wemby came out so fired up in first quarters, though. He'd always have a good first quarter, and then he'd just kind of be out of gas.
He was out of gas by the end of the first half.
Now, look, I mean, like if you want to actually get into it, there was plenty of talk of that in the regular season. And, the question of where the Spurs go next and like what they do and do they learn from this? Do they grow from this? Like, obviously, Victor Wembanyama is too talented and too big to not be a factor as long as he's healthy in the NBA moving forward. Like he's now going to be doing it from a villain standpoint versus the guy we're all rooting for because he did not cover himself in glory this series from a on the court standpoint with his stats, from acting like a jerk, taking cheap shots. That landing zone foul on Brunson that they didn't call. Like there's an angle of the video where it looks like Wemby looks down the ground where he puts his foot to try to make sure that his foot is under Jalen Brunson and that he hurts his ankle. That's the type of stuff that makes you a villain among your peers, where all the other players don't really like you. The stuff after the game, walking off without shaking their hands, still getting on the microphone saying you're the better team, still acting like a baby. That's the stuff that makes you hated among all the fans. So, I do feel like he kind of, is in a bad spot just with everybody now after the way he behaved and handled himself in the finals. But, Sam, from an actual standpoint of stamina, there were people all regular season saying, hey, he's only playing 29 minutes a game. Can he play more? And they didn't really have to because, the regular season, they were beating people down. You don't want to run somebody into the ground before the playoffs, but that was a big part of people questioning his MVP candidacy as they're all trying to talk about his statistics and his analytics and plus minus and impact compared to SGA. There are a lot of people saying, yeah, but he only started 55 games, which was the minimum. But at one point, I guess they changed it. Now he had to get to 64, which is all he played was 64. He started 55, which means he came in and checked in just for a little bit, a couple games, just to keep that production where he could be all NBA and try to win MVP, try to hit that threshold. But Cody only played 29 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
So then you saw him in the finals trying to go out there and play 38, 40 minutes a game, and I just don't think physically he was
gassed.
Yeah, he wasn't up to the challenge.
Well, at the very least, I feel like it should be going back to the Garden for a game 6. But because blowing that game 4 was crazy. I mean, that's one of the biggest choke jobs I've ever seen.
It all went downhill for him, too, from that. Like, when they're up 27, he's pointing at his head, telling the Knicks he's in their head, and then he went 4 of 17, I think,
this
to finish.
Knicks team, it's not a team you want to taunt. They got Jalen Brunson took that personal, as they say.
4 of 17 to finish that game. Game 5, 7 of 19. So, I mean, like, he finished, 11 of 36 by my rough math? As damn tall as he is. Like, he ran out of gas. He got exposed. And now where he goes is one of the more interesting, subplots or the offseason storylines. And
Cancun or Cozumel? Where are you going?
I don't know. Probably something cringy.
Bahamas.
We had to listen all year about him going to Tibet with the monks.
Jamaica.
The monks didn't really teach him enough, I don't think. So we'll see where he goes now. Maybe he'll try to be the tallest person to ever climb Mount Everest or something. I don't know.
You just reach up there and touch the peak. Well, do you feel kind of cool having seen the championship team in person?
No, I felt really dumb that I went there thinking
you
the
got
Hawks,
to watch them play.
I feel really dumb going into Game 4 thinking the Hawks are going to win that game and win that series. That feels pretty stupid in hindsight.
Well, the Hawks gave them as good of a battle as anybody.
Well, we are the second best team in the NBA. That is true. You should go ask. Was it Rob Parker or Colin Cowherd? Which one was saying the East stunk because the East champion just stuffed the West in a locker?
That was Colin.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah. Just absolutely dominated the big bad Western
Well, he has
Conference.
new information now.
Right.
He would simply say new information equals new opinion.
It is a good way of never having to admit you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically said he said the Hawks would not have sniffed the playoffs in the West, is what he said.
Oh, again, you're talking to the second best team in the league. We beat the Knicks twice.
Yeah, the Spurs not being able to finish Game 4 is just that's the sad part for me because I wanted to see the Knicks win it in the Garden. I feel like that would have been a bigger moment, but it's still. They got to win it over a weekend, which everybody was partying in the streets, and they were playing Alicia Keys, and it's cool from that standpoint to me. It's like kind of like the Cubs in 2016 or the Cavs when they won it. It's cool to see a city break that streak, like finally get over the hump. Because my whole lifetime, I never thought the Knicks. I was like the Knicks have never done anything. Everybody always talks about them because they're the New York team. I mean, they're the biggest market team, but they'd never done anything.
Yeah, I mean, they really hadn't. They made the finals in 1999 when you were a wee lad.
Yeah, I mean, 94 and 99, right?
Yeah,
but they didn't do anything. They didn't win it, obviously. And then the entire 2000s, they really didn't do anything. So for them to win it, it's a cool streak coming to an end, winning the championship for the first time in 53 years, whether you like the fan base and all that or not, that part's probably pretty annoying to some, but I think the team was pretty likable.
Yeah.
It was a likable team, maybe not a likable fan base owner.
No, Jalen Brunson, I mean, my bias because they beat the Hawks aside, I worked up a pretty good hatred for him during that series.
You called him fat.
Yeah. No, I mean, he did gag away Game 3. Go back and look at it. He got shut down and threw the game away. He is fat. He's just really good and really crafty. Just really tough.
He's championship fat now.
Yeah, got to tip the hat to him. And you are right that if you remove your team's bias aside, it is a pretty likable team. He's a likable star.
Yeah, I think it's a team you could root for. I kind of love that the Villanova angle. That's the thing that I like is that you don't see that very often. Like those guys being together in college and growing up together basketball wise, and then being on the same professional team. You don't see that.
I feel like Brunson is maybe one of the most decorated individual basketball players of all time.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer now.
He just wins at every single level.
Yeah, there's no question that he has, worked his way into being like a surefire Hall of Famer. I mean, you're right, Sam. I mean, just winning that championship there stamps him forever.
Well, I remember listening to the national radio that some of the guys, maybe during that Hawks series, the question was, is Jalen Brunson a star? They were debating on whether or not he's a star. And now I think he's a superstar.
Yeah, how long ago is that whole Becky Hammond, Kendrick Perkins clip from?
It's from like 2 or 3 years ago. Okay. I mean, like there were people doubting him even going into these playoffs. And the Becky Hammond thing I don't think is really fair. Because like I think game 5, Jalen Brunson did that. But like the first 3 games of the series, a lot of it was like everybody else. A lot of it was like OG Anunoby and Karl Anthony Towns and like all the pieces around Jalen Brunson. Because if you remember, he was like shooting 31% from the field or something crazy like that. So everyone's dunking on Becky Hammond. Ultimately, I do think she has to take the L, but like it wasn't like Jalen Brunson carried them through this entire series. Like they did do the small guard thing where they're double teaming him and he couldn't really get good looks and was struggling from the field. Now I do think he completely unlocked them. Basically starting at halftime of game 4, he played about 6 as good of a quarters as you could play as a lead guy. So like I said, ultimately Becky does have to take the L, but had his teammates not had his back the first 3 games the way he played, they probably are down 2-1 or 3-0 and lose that series. But no, that's from a couple years ago, Sam.
The Knicks were down double digits in all 4 wins in the series. They came back from double-digit deficits in all 4 of the series victories.
We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Two championships at Villanova for Jalen Brunson. And then, getting it into the NBA. And like Cody pointed out, winning with those teammates. Pretty cool. Do feel bad for Dante DiVincenzo. He didn't get to be around for that.
Shout out to my guy, Jeremy Sohan. NBA champion regardless of the outcome. Regardless of how much he contributed.
Yeah, I have a hard time giving him a shout out, Bubba. I feel like he's probably the only person that comes out of this looking just as bad as Wemby.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a little sympathy because he tried to talk to Wemby, and Wemby just gave him the cold shoulder and kept going.
You thought he was trying to talk to him? I thought he was
taunting him.
I thought he was trying to make fun of him. I thought he was trying to rub it in his face a little bit.
We're just gonna spin the narrative and make it seem like he wanted to catch up with an old friend.
No, he was trying to get in Wemby's face and try to rub it in there.
A step ladder.
Yeah, I'm surprised Wemby didn't actually elbow him in the face. I thought that was going to happen. But yeah, you don't get to be like was he the number 8 pick? I think he was a top 10 pick in the draft, and now he's basically out of the league. Like, as far as a player goes, I know he just won a championship, but he never really saw the floor. I'd be surprised if he got another contract after this year.
You think there's an aura now to New York for the other professional teams?
I mean, I don't know. I dealt with the Yankees winning championships for most of my childhood, but even they, haven't really won anything. They've got one title since 2000, right? They only have the one in 2009. That's it. So, as a city, they were kind of on a pretty big drought. I don't know if I could say that it gives them more aura, Bubba, or not. It maybe puts more pressure on Aaron Judge now because he's lost the city.
Yankees, I mean, the Rangers coming up here.
It's Jalen Brunson's city.
It is at this point.
It makes me feel bad for the Brooklyn Nets. I feel like for all the talk about moving the Grizzlies, we should probably start one just to move the Brooklyn Nets because you're never going to make a dent in that city. Any chance you had when you had Kevin Durant and Kyrie, you couldn't get it done. Now the Knicks got a title.
Go back to New Jersey.
There are no more Brooklyn Nets fans. I can't imagine.
No, I mean, at least with the Jets and the Mets, there are some fans. There's some divide there. But basketball-wise, it's a Knicks city for sure.
I do wonder how De'Aaron Fox feels. De'Aaron Fox, who has been a pretty good NBA player. A pretty good NBA player. It was always he was in that lane in Sacramento where you were just kind of thinking of him as underrated. You got to be a good guy on a bad team for a long time and get his stats, and then never really got any accolades with it though, except for the 1 year where they were actually pretty good. He got to make an all-star team, made third team All-NBA, but for the most part, he's been kind of just under the radar. He actually had the foresight whenever it was time to leave Sacramento to be like, hey, send me to the Spurs, because the Spurs were like, hey, we need a veteran point guard. We need somebody here to pair with Wemby. And he's like, yeah, I'll go to San Antonio. Not a lot of free agents or players that are demanding trades demand trades to San Antonio. He had the foresight to be like, yeah, no, I'm good with that. Go pair me up with the young fella, with the big alien.
Championship organization.
And then the Spurs gave him a whole bunch of money. But I wonder if he regrets that. Not the money thing, because the money will be a good thing to, cry on. You could dry your tears with your $100 bills. But,
right.
He went from pretty much anonymous in Sacramento, making a good living, beloved by a fan base, to saying, hey, I'll go to San Antonio. And now he's like one of, if not the most hated man in basketball.
More scrutiny now.
Much more scrutiny, like more scrutiny than he ever would have had to deal with.
I think that's what you want if you're an NBA player. Like you want
that pressure.
Yeah, you want to be regarded as one of the guys at the top. Like if people didn't care about you, then you'd just be. Yeah, I mean, you could have a nice career just hidden away in Sacramento, but everybody wants to be a champion. They want to compete for championships.
Well, yeah, wants to be a champion, but like when you lose a championship, and pretty much everybody in the league, your fan base, and everyone else involved blames you for that, I don't know how many people want to sign up for that.
Well, that's just it's a comeback story. You know, you got to come back stronger next year.
He'll be a big talking point because everybody that loses, we did it with the Thunder, we're going to do it with the Spurs. What are you missing? What can you change? Should you change a head coach? Yeah, probably, but you're probably not going to do that just because you just went to a championship. The thing that makes the most sense is less De'Aaron Fox, more Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper's their second best player. Hell, in the finals, for a good stretch, he was their best player. How do you make room for him? You get rid of De'Aaron Fox. The problem is everyone's going to talk about trading him, but no team's going to sign up to pay him $220 million over the next 4 years, knowing that he's not that level of player.
Why is he catching more of the blame than the coach?
Because he's the highest paid player on the team.
Well, he's like the only veteran on the team, isn't he?
Right. Well, he's the only veteran. He's the point guard. And B, I mean, he was just awful. He was awful. Now, the coach should be blamed. And I think the coach has taken a fair amount of criticism himself partly because of playing De'Aaron Fox. I just don't think the Spurs, who, basically had one coach the last 35 years in Greg Popovich, is going to fire this guy after making the finals.
So you think Fox is a total negative? I mean, he helped them get there, didn't he? Nobody was talking about him being bad during the regular season, or
no, but there wasn't no pressure at that point.
Yeah. He just didn't perform the way he should have in the playoffs.
Yeah, he didn't really perform well at any point in the playoffs. But also, he's just the most expensive player, and if they are going to try to upgrade the roster or make a trade, he's the salary that you can maybe match to go get somebody else, somebody better. But also, like I said, he's a point guard, and their second best player is a 20-year-old point guard who needs the ball more.
Yeah, and you're going to have to pay those guys eventually.
Eventually, yeah. But, you just need to get those minutes and, that usage redistributed. So that'll be interesting to see what they do this offseason. I imagine it's just as simple as, hey, everybody grow, learn from this, come back stronger, and they'll be fine. But it was interesting seeing it pointed out that Wembanyama, who, as Skip Bayless coined him, Victim Wembanyama. I feel like that's a pretty good one. I hate to give credit to Skip Bayless, but I got to say Victim Wembanyama, pretty good. Pretty good. But I do think it's kind of crazy to see that Wemby has just been a loser every level of basketball. Every big game he's had, they've lost. Going back to the U17 championship, going back to his French League finals, they lost that. Blew the Olympics in Paris against America, and then now this NBA finals. It is kind of crazy that he has just lost every big game. Every big moment he has just kind of failed to come through in.
Well, if he's the next GOAT, he's already got a blemish on the finals record.
What do you think about the narrative that he'll never see this ever again?
I think that's dumb. I think the Spurs they'll be favored to win the West next year,
or at least in just his career, in case he ever gets a blockbuster trade anywhere.
Nah, I mean, he's going to be stuck in San Antonio for the foreseeable future, Bubba, and they got a great core around him, at least with Castle and Harper. No, they'll be back. I wouldn't be surprised if they're back next year. I do think the internet needs to be careful, but that's part of the reason I think you're seeing so much hate for him is that you got to kind of take your shots while you can. Because, I think everyone knows a championship is in his future. At least I would bet on that. But you never know, man, because the last team that was kind of in this position from an NBA standpoint, Cody, was the 2012 12 Oklahoma City Thunder with James Harden and Durant and Westbrook, and those guys never got back. And they broke up. And Westbrook and Harden never won a championship, and Kevin Durant had to sell his soul to go win one. So, Bubba, there's not a guarantee.
So, pardon me if I missed it, but what do you think a piece that they're missing is? Like, what do you think they should look after for the drafts and stuff
I just
like
think
that?
they just got to get older.
Okay.
I just think they just got to get better. Like, Wemby has to fix his game. And
So, no specific position from, in a guard all the way up to a big man?
Nah, I mean, I think they got the pieces. I just think Wemby has to develop a go-to move, get stronger, better stamina. Castle's got to get a little bit older and better. Harper's got to get a little bit older and better, and the coach has got to get a little bit older and better. I think they got the pieces there. Hour one of the books. We'll kick off hour two with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
I think we're both going to find out just how dumb technology has made us over the last 5 or 10 years.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
All right, welcome into the 2019 Talk Sports Spelling Bee. John, you'll go first. Bouquet.
Can I have a definition, please?
A
Kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. BMV writes in, John really changing his tune on Wemby from the end of the Western Conference Finals. Well, I think everybody in the league, everybody in the world has changed their tune on Wemby. BMV.
New information equals new opinion.
Victor Wembanyama revealed himself to be a major bitch and a little baby and a choke artist. Yeah, I think Victor Wembanyama himself has changed his tune on Victor Wembanyama. He was the man after beating the Thunder, and then he was scared to go get the ball at any point in the last two games in the fourth quarter. I changed my tone on him. He changed his tone on himself. The entire world changed their tone on him.
I came into the finals, and when we were like previewing this series, I was saying that the Spurs winning might restore order in the NBA because guys will play harder and will play ethical hoops. And then it's just actually the complete opposite. The Knicks are just that team, and the Spurs just kind of seem like the whiny crybabies.
Well, also add to the list of losses I told you about, but like, you remember the All-Star game, how it was built up, USA versus the world, and how the world was going to try so hard, and Victor Wembanyama was going to make sure that guy's ass beat there too. So I do give him credit. He makes people try hard and play ethical basketball to beat him.
He just can't win nothing.
He just can't win it. Like the Team World in the All-Star game looked great. They played hard. The Knicks looked great. They played hard. That is what a good heel is supposed to do, though. I mean, if you're interested in wrestling at all, Sam, the best thing is having a great heel that looks good whenever the babyface beats him and finally pins him. So he is that. He does have that going for him, at least. Hour 2 headlines. What you got, Big Mac?
He'll never be 6-0 in the finals. That's for sure.
That was a good cheat code by Michael Jordan. Just don't make the finals till your mid-20s, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Undefeated.
Yeah, just
be undefeated. Very
just
simple.
get swept in the first round the first 3 years, and no one's going to really pay attention to that. You don't have to worry about.
No, it's all about what you do in the finals.
Yeah,
and I tell you what,
can't lose in the finals if you don't make the finals.
The Carolina Hurricanes did in their finals. They won in Game 6, raising the Stanley Cup in Vegas for a second time. The Hurricanes, with their second Stanley Cup, ending an amazing ride. And they held the Golden Knights to 5 total goals in Games 4 and 5, used a suffocating defense, and a 3-0 shutout Sunday night, clinching Game 6, their first championship in 20 years. Congrats to the Carolina Hurricanes and my good friend Jordan. And speaking of Jordan, Jordan Stahl, the Hurricanes player, becomes the oldest winner of the coveted Conn Smythe Trophy for Most Valuable Player, age 37. Becomes the oldest guy to ever win it. How about that? First player in NHL history to go 17 years from one Stanley Cup to the next, adding to a championship he won in 2009 with the Penguins. This guy's old. You familiar with
No.
Jordan Stahl?
I'm not.
He's their best player.
I've heard the name.
He's
but
37 years old.
Yeah, no, I mean that's remarkable.
He's an old man, first one to win that trophy at that age.
Yeah,
you're familiar with the Conn Smythe MVP
this goes to the
award.
best player, right? Like the MVP.
Yeah. So congrats to him and to the Canes. UFC at the White House was a success, says Dana White, but never again. Never doing this again. He said, I can't afford it. I'll never do the Sphere again, and we'll never do this again. But he stood with his winning fighters flanking him at 3 a.m. Monday, hours after the UFC president and CEO completed one of the more audacious events of his career, the fight card on the south lawn of the White House.
Do you have any thoughts on the motocross pregame show they had?
I saw some
motorcycles doing flips and such before.
I saw that the dirt bikes doing wheelies and whatnot over doing those jumps in front of the White House.
Yeah.
Still not as bad as all those rainbow flags and stuff out there that Biden did. It's a travesty. Dana White said that they called this a success, though. It's a one-of-one event. And it did seem very exciting.
I hope it never happens again.
Well, he said it's not going to. Seemed as if UFC fans, though, said it was a great card. I mean, said it delivered in terms of an actual
There was
event.
only one fight that sucked, really, and that was the Hokett Derek Lewis fight.
Yeah, Derek Lewis. I saw people saying Lewis just needs to hang it up. It's over for him.
I forgot to bet
Brothers
on this.
camp was just going to whatever buffet he could go to, it felt like.
Yeah.
I was going to bet on this, and I forgot. I was going to bet Gaethje.
But just nonstop fight stoppages, right? I mean, everything kind of got ended. I did say that last week in terms of the heat and betting on all the unders. You might have been able to make some money had you.
I think they told him something too, because it's like earlier in the day with the Weather Channel, talking about storms, humidity, mosquitoes, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then they just got absolutely just not embarrassed, but caught a lot of flack from those official political accounts on social media.
Yeah.
And then thankfully the weather stayed away, but I'm still intrigued by what the humidity did to all those people.
They got the weather. The weather got delayed an hour, though, right? It started an hour later than it was supposed to.
Yeah, which that sucked. Obviously, you mentioned in the beginning, ending after 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, come on, man.
Was Trump out there the entire time?
Yeah, that's why he's taking little naps when he could. That's been going around. Or it looked like one of them, he fell asleep for a little bit.
In the UFC fight?
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame him if he's damn out there after 1 a.m. I'd fall asleep too. Sam, of the Knicks fans celebrating videos, which one you got in a head-to-head? Have you seen the one where the guy throws the banana in the crowd?
That's just like a good vibes one.
He throws the banana, Cody, like a good 40 feet.
I saw it.
And the next thing you know, the banana comes directly back to him. Or the guy that throws the safety cone up and it lands perfectly on the guy's head. Did you see that one?
Oh, I didn't see that.
What about the two
somebody
dudes that
picks up a
climbed the
traffic
pole?
cone and launches it in the air, and it's tumbling, then it lands perfectly on somebody else's head. Just
Did he
perfectly.
just keep rolling, or did that person like fall down?
No, the person just kind of popped off after that, and they just kept partying. But like both of those videos, just absolutely.
I like seeing the difference between like American championship celebrations and then a couple weeks ago, was it Arsenal that won that big thing in Premier League soccer, and their fans were just, they had like wholesome celebrations. Like someone lost their child and then they like held a kid up on their shoulders and they're like, who lost their child? Who lost their child? And they find the kid. And
I didn't see that one.
Knicks fans is just like stabbing people.
See, I don't know if we can.
I did see them burn a bus though. I did see a school bus got burnt and a couple cars got completely destroyed. But
they're saying Mamdani left him out there on purpose.
If so, great move.
Another note from the UFC, Sean Strickland was removed from the Freedom 250 Fan Fest by security. Strickland, the UFC middleweight champion, he had spent the week apparently showing up at various activities, even though he wasn't on the card. And then when he attempted to enter the Fan Fest Sunday evening, it ended up being a quick stay as the United States Park Police told ESPN that it had evacuated Strickland from the area after a surge of fans came toward him around 7 p.m., 2 hours before the beginning of the card.
yeah, I mean, he was going around being crazy, and he was going around, and he had some very anti-Trump comments that he was making, like, to fans on camera that went viral, talking about Trump banning him, but also saying that Trump is a PDF, as they call him on social media.
I mean, Epstein, he was there in attendance, or what's his face? The Florida Larry guy.
Strickland was going around, just pointing all that out. So I can't imagine they liked him being around the White House saying stuff like that.
The U.S. Park Police Public Information Office wrote in a statement, the unplanned presence of Sean Strickland drew significant attention from attendees, resulting in disorder. Due to safety concerns, he was removed.
Hey, Freedom 250 brought to you by Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
We get it, Bubba. You hate the White House. We get it.
And one of the guys called Michelle Obama a man.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by the crowd reaction. I think that fighter thought he was going to get like a eruption from the crowd where it's like, yeah, and it's just kind of just groans. No one really popped for it.
No.
Then he just kind of had to awkwardly like walk off.
Yeah, he did.
Great. Joe Rogan sitting there grinning.
Great win by Gaethje, though. That's big for him. Well, and in pop culture news, a popular singer has died. Oliver Tree. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Not until yesterday when he died.
Well, he died in a helicopter crash in Rio de Janeiro. 2 helicopters collided in midair before crashing into an electric vehicle yard, killing 6 people, according to CNN Brazil. It's kind of confusing, too, because weren't there like multiple crashes or something, like multiple helicopter crashes? Bubba, you know this guy?
I do.
Oliver Tree?
I do.
He
He had
looks
a
like
song
a
called
guy that you
Alien
might
Boy,
know.
and I like that.
Alien Boy?
Yeah.
32 years old, I guess, and so gone too soon. Oliver Tree. You ever heard of him, Sam?
I saw this video on my timeline yesterday, and I had to look him up, and I did recognize like 2 of his songs, but I don't really know who he is.
I actually had I looked him up too. I actually had one of his songs saved on my Spotify.
It seemed like the songs that I recognized were maybe like him featured on it, but I didn't know if they were like mainly him and then someone else was featured on it or vice versa.
I guess he's a pretty popular guy. It's a big story. Well, anyway. And in some Tennessee news, Vols legacy linebacker Kenneth Simon II has flipped his commitment.
How about that? We'll talk some Tennessee coming up next. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
We make it easy to save money. Get access to thousands of discounts on shopping, dining, and travel with the C&B Plus Perks account. It's a powerful new way to save money with roadside assistance, cell phone protection, identity theft protection, and credit monitoring. Banking at C&B has its perks. Call or stop by a branch for more details.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
What a beautiful flip it was.
One of the earliest flips we've ever seen, I feel like.
An early flip?
Well, yeah, I mean, he just had committed to Alabama not very long ago.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what changed for him personally.
Well, we had that happen as well with Deshaun Brame. I don't know if you guys remember that. The tight end that picked Oregon and then pretty much immediately flipped to Tennessee within like a month.
Yes, Big Deshaun.
I figure in Kenneth Simon's life, there was some disappointments, a little bit of disappointments on not picking Tennessee. But also maybe just the Alabama thing, just you got pressured and just didn't really feel comfortable after you did it. I don't know. Sometimes you make a decision and you're just like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah, fans were obviously quite disappointed because he's a legacy guy.
And an in-state guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, those guys don't always work out, but Butch Jones was the best at that, getting those legacy guys. He said, hey, if we do nothing else, we're at least getting these Tennessee guys.
Now, I will say I've heard some rumblings behind the scene. Do you want a little reckless speculation?
Sure. What, did Alabama add a better
No.
or something?
No. I don't know if it's connected or whatever. There's just been some speculation. This is reckless again. It's not reporting, but this is what people are talking about behind the scenes. Is that Kevin might be in good position to take over for Ramon Foster.
Okay.
Ramon Foster left to go
for
do the Titans
for the Vols
yeah.
broadcast. Yeah.
Okay. There's some talk that Papa Simon might be in the mix there to be on that be a part of that broadcast.
Be kind of weird if that guy's son was playing for Alabama, wouldn't it?
That's just some rumblings I've heard. I don't want that to be taken as like a super serious report or anything, but
well, I mean, I've heard him on 99.1 before.
Yeah.
So it's not like he would be new to that. Well,
I'm not saying it was a sweetheart deal or whatever, but that's just been part of the talk behind the scenes.
Yeah. Well, it's just I do think it's important to, just your history matters Like I like bringing in guys like this, even if they don't pan out. I mean, remember the kid we were so excited about, Dylan Bates, because he was the son of the legendary Bill Bates.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't work out, but Todd Kelly Jr. was a very good player.
The Bates one I have such a hard time because everyone you talk to just knew that like that kid's dad, Bill, was just not in a good place health wise. I don't know if
Bill wasn't in a good place.
Yeah, basically like he had been ravaged by CTE and like injuries from his NFL days. So basically like the son was
probably that hit from Herschel Walker when he trucked him.
Yeah, I mean, you say that jokingly, but I think there's that, and then a lot of them just in the NFL. But like everyone kind of talks about the son being a legacy guy to the nth degree, meaning like he got pressured into playing football, and like that was just something he had to do to continue the family name, but maybe didn't necessarily love it, didn't have the fire in it to go be great at it. So I think that's part of the reason he felt as a football player was just like he saw the dangers of it and didn't really love it the same way some other guys did.
He saw the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always kind of talked about.
Well, he was, if I'm not,
it was big. I mean, he was
I was going to say, if I'm not remembering incorrectly, he's pretty highly touted.
He was I don't know if he ever reached 5-star status, but he was a high 4-star, and you beat Florida and Alabama for him.
Yeah, people were excited about him. So Kevin Simon's son, what's his name? Kenneth Simon. So he joins JP Peace, also a legacy, as the second linebacker in this Vols 2027 class. J.P. Peace, also the son of a former Vol, Robert Peace, and the grandson of Philip Fulmer.
Well, that was pretty cool. I don't know if you saw that picture go viral of Philip Fulmer with both of those boys as they were kids.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, like after Simon officially flipped.
I guess Jason Witten's son wasn't there with him.
No, people were posting, though, like, both of those players couldn't have been much older than like 8 years old, 10 years old. And it's like, now they're both going to play linebacker at Tennessee.
How about that?
Tennessee had a good recruiting weekend. Tennessee able to get some people flipped, get some people on board, even land a guy, or at least land a decommitment from a guy that they're after. As one, Deion Cooper decommitted from Florida State. He's an athlete, so it looks like people think that he is going to end up committing to Tennessee. There was also the biggest news of the weekend for me. It wasn't Simon, although that's great. Love keeping a legacy kid home.
Yeah, and he's a 4-star too.
Love getting the 4-star offensive tackle, Kwamari Hudson, going out and getting him. A big 6'5", 325-pound tackle. You beat Virginia Tech for him. Does that register at all for you? I think in the past you would say no, but for me, beating James Franklin head-to-head for a recruit, I think is kind of a big deal at this point because I give him credit for being a really good recruiter, and they've got money to throw around there now.
Where's he from?
I hate that you asked me that right when I was looking it up, actually.
I mean, if he's from Virginia or somewhere, that would be, I'd say that's a good recruiting battle. I mean, I hear you, typically Virginia Tech wouldn't move the needle, but now with Franklin.
With Franklin, that changes the way I feel about Virginia Tech. He is from Virginia.
Okay.
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yeah, so he's a Virginia guy, and you went and got him out of their backyard, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's significant.
But that wasn't the biggest news either of the weekend, as far as I'm concerned. You had some more DGG momentum as Chad Simmons, one of the the go-to guys on 3. He officially said he's calling his shot that it's going to be Tennessee. That's a big one. I still don't know if that was the biggest thing from the weekend, though, as
John Campbell becoming a UFL champion.
I don't know what that does for recruiting. Do we get to take credit for that, or is Miami saying that
it's a ring in the building, man?
Okay,
got to get him from somewhere.
Good for them. And he plays for who? Whom?
UFL champions.
Help me out here, Bubba. Who won
Louisville
the UFL?
Kings?
Okay,
Louisville Kings.
No, the biggest news to me was the the Roswell, Georgia prospect, the Ohio State commitment, David Jacobs. We've been David DJ Jacobs. There's talk of him out there that Tennessee is strongly pushing for him, trying to flip him and beat Ohio State twice, get DGG, and also bring David Jacobs, DJ Jacobs. His official profile says David. The reporters call him DJ. So
DJ, DGG,
yeah,
DGGJ,
we'll go with DJ. We'll go with DJ Jacobs. But I don't know if you saw over the weekend. On Friday, he was posted by Adidas US Football. He is now an official Adidas athlete. They got him rocking the tracksuit and posted him out on a slideshow of 9 players that they are now mentioning signing with Adidas US Football. I don't know if you know, Ohio State is not an Adidas school.
Yeah. No, I did
Tennessee, the Volunteers are an Adidas school. So
we get him some money from Adidas to come?
To me, that furthers the momentum there in terms of the recruiting inroads you're making with him.
Does that mean we can give him Adidas money?
Yes.
We get some.
Well, that Adidas can give him money, but yeah.
But that could be part of the deal.
Yeah. We that was the hope whenever we went to Adidas, was that they were going to help Tennessee.
Help us get some players.
Help you get some players. I mean, I think you saw it.
Tristan Keys.
Yeah, you saw it with Tristan, a.k.a. TK Keys. Like, you saw that play out. I've heard enough talk that any NIL offerings, any type of momentum you have, if you're able to land DGG, he will get that treatment as well.
He better come here, DGG, or I'll be calling him old Dollar General Gabriel if he goes to Ohio State.
Yeah.
Or Georgia's. Gabriel, what's his name?
Yeah. Gabriel Georges.
I'll be calling him DG Georges. Dollar General Georges. That's what I'll call him. Unless he comes here.
Do we hear anything at all, Sam? Did you read anything at all about his trip to Oxford? I didn't see anything from that. I haven't seen anybody talking about them having any momentum or anything. It seems kind of like it just kind of came and went.
Seems like a free meal to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Feels that way.
Was it even confirmed that he was at Ole Miss this week? I thought some of the talk was that he was just going to cancel those Ole Miss and was it Georgia visits?
The last I'd heard, I thought that he was still going to take the visit.
Yeah, you definitely go eat for free.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be taking every visit under the sun.
Like the Ole Miss,
enjoy yourself.
The Ole Miss reporters were still talking about him being there and stuff. So like.
He's French Canadian. Seems like a weird fit at Ole Miss. Great fit here, though.
Yeah.
Makes so much sense for him to come here.
We can handle it here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tennessee, starting to put some pieces together for that 2027 class. We've looked at DGG as the crown jewel, but yeah, that's that other Ohio State commitment has got my attention, especially now with the new Adidas relationship he has there.
Would you rather the Vols get DGG or the Titans have gotten Jeremiah Love?
Vols getting DGG. Because hell, we got Cornell Tate, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of interesting, I guess. You were talking about trying to beat Ohio State for somebody, but meanwhile, an Ohio State guy is maybe going to have to save my football franchise. But
it's not like in college football you get one or the other, though. You're lucky to get who you get.
I would rather have a good wide receiver, and I think Cornell Tate's going to be a good wide receiver. Jeremiah Love, I think is going to be good, but I think the impact of a college running back is greater than the impact of an NFL running back,
unless he's like literally top 1%.
Yeah, but even then,
might be.
But even then, I think a top 1% college running back is just as impactful, if not more. No. Like when you look at like Adrian Peterson at Oklahoma and you look at,
I don't know, man, that was 20 years ago.
I was going to say Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry. I'm trying to think. Did Christian McCaffrey,
Derrick Henry? Well, let's just use Derrick Henry. You think he was more impactful at Alabama than he was with the Titans?
It's a fair question.
So it's kind of hard to say. I mean, because those Alabama teams were loaded anyway.
Yeah,
without Derrick Henry, he was the best player.
Yeah,
and he won the Heisman.
Derrick Henry did kind of stink with the Titans his first couple
hell,
years.
He ran for
2,000
something yards. But in the NFL, I mean,
he ran for 2,000 yards in the NFL too.
In the NFL, Titans probably don't make that AFC Championship without him.
No, they don't. They also had like A.J. Brown and other good players too. So I'm not saying the Titans were loaded then. I'm just saying it wasn't just Derrick Henry.
Right.
Henry was a beast, though. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay Derrick Henry. I don't know. Is that a bad take to say the top 1% running back is more impactful in college than he is in the NFL? Maybe they're equal.
I don't know. McCaffrey, I think, has a much bigger impact in the NFL.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ah, man, he was nasty in college, though.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything as a team.
They won the damn Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for Stanford.
Yeah, but he's just – I mean, what are the 49ers without McCaffrey?
Man, they made a Super Bowl without him, didn't they? He went on the team back in 2020, was he? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Went to a damn Super Bowl.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's a tough question. I'm thinking through it. I'm trying to think of the top guys who have the best running backs been.
2015, McCaffrey ran for 2,000 yards, caught 382 yards from receiving yards, and then had 1,000 yards as a kick returner.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like having 3,400 total yards, 3,500 total yards from scrimmage is kind of crazy.
It is. Yeah, I just don't think of those teams as really. I mean, I know Stanford, I know they were better back then, but you said they won the Rose Bowl with him.
He was there from 14 to 16.
I guess for them, that's pretty significant.
They were ranked number 3 in the country in 2015. They went 12-2. They finished ranked number 6.
Can a running back still have that impact? Like, I mean, because Jeremiah Love was the best guy in college last year.
I mean, Notre Dame was pretty damn good.
They were. Yeah.
The Jeremiah Love thing, I wonder, and it ties into college football. Like, I imagine if I'm Marcus Freeman, I am pretty mad, pretty regretful of the way I handled that. Because I don't know if you remember that Miami game. They refused to give Jeremiah Love the ball for like 2.5 quarters against Miami last year, it felt like.
Not smart.
They were trying to save him for some reason, and they just wouldn't give him the damn ball. Like, he only had 10 carries against Miami. I know they had a great, front seven or whatever, but I think I'm going to go out and give my guy the ball.
When's the last time a team with a stud running back won a championship?
In college?
Yeah. I mean,
Ohio State 2 years ago. Michigan 3 years ago. I mean, who was Michigan's running back 3 years ago? Because, I mean, like, Judkins and TreVeyon Henderson were.
They had two of them.
Yeah, but they were both monsters. I mean,
but those receivers are monsters too.
Well, yeah, they're loaded.
Yeah,
but like they had stud
considered a monster.
Blake Corum.
Say that again. Yeah, Blake Corum was. I mean, he was an awesome college back.
The Eagles, Saquon Barkley. If you think of the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Yeah, but for a long time, like that's pretty much the first time an NFL team had won with a top-paid running back.
But lately, they talk about the resurgence of the running back position.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's cooled down a little bit, but
I was thinking the NFL
compared to where it was 2 years ago versus last year.
Yeah, I mean, like on both sides, like the NFL, you have to have everything. In the college, you can just have stacked teams that have everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know which one I'd rather have. It's a tough question.
The problem with your hypothetical is that, like you said, Jeremiah Love to the Titans, which I didn't get him, but I got Cornell Tate, which is still, I think, a blue chipper.
You're still getting a top-level player.
Yeah, in your scenario of DGG going to Ohio State, I don't get a Cornell Tate coming back.
No, in college, you're not guaranteed anything.
Yeah, they're not trading me a stud wide receiver here. We're just kind of stuck with no stud running back.
Yeah, you just go down a lower level.
Hopefully we don't have to make that choice. Hopefully Tennessee just gets them a DGG.
Well, we got us a linebacker at least. It's good to see that this kid's not going to Alabama. I mean, that'd be a hard pill to swallow. That was tough news for.
Are you talking about Simon?
For fans, yeah, Simon. I mean, if he had committed and gone somewhere else, it'd be fine. But Alabama, that never felt right.
And I know we don't like Ohio State fans or like their program, but in terms of Gabriel George's, like we'd rather him go to Ohio State than like Ole Miss or Georgia, though, right? Like we'd still rather him go.
Yeah, you don't want him in the SEC.
Right. So like I do like that it does seem like the Ole Miss visit came and went without really any momentum. Georgia doesn't really seem to be a threat. Now I still get a little nervous.
I think Georgia already has like a 5-star running back committed in that class.
Yeah, they do.
Am I wrong, or does it seem like it doesn't seem to me like we really lose recruiting battles that much to Georgia? Like when it comes to like prime players we're looking for, can you think of a guy that we've lost to Georgia?
Quay Walker was a big one.
Quay Walker, okay.
And then like was it Smile London? Like was that a big? That was
Smile London.
Yeah, like he was one that threw our hat off at the recruiting thing that we had. Remember that?
I don't even know his name though.
No, but he's in the NFL. I mean, he plays in the NFL. So I mean, he was a good college player and he's a NFL player. I don't know if he's good in the NFL, but
I think this is his rookie year. Yeah, I mean, he was their starting linebacker for a couple of years.
Okay.
It seems to me like when we lose a guy we really want, it's like usually the Big Ten. For weirdly,
I don't feel like we lose very many people we really want. Now, maybe that's just because maybe that's because do we pull the ripcord early on people, or are our reporters just pretty honest with us and kind of let us know who's actually like considering us or not? But it feels like if we make it to the final 2 or final 3, like feel like more times than not we're on the right side of it. Maybe that's completely wrong. I am just looking like in the last couple of years too. In the past, we were always finishing second for everybody.
It's like a lot of times we will be willing to spend the money to get that top guy, and we just never have the depth. It seems like that those other schools have, and maybe that's different now than it used to be. Like maybe that's changing to where it's really everybody just has their starting 22 now.
To me, I don't know if it's the depth as much as it is we'll have peanut butter, no jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Cereal, no milk. Like we'll have a couple of good prospects here, but our quarterback's not ready to play yet.
Yeah.
Or our offense looks good. Our defense isn't ready to play. Like we haven't just made a well-rounded team.
Right. And I mean, I guess especially in today's game, everybody's going to have deficiencies.
But really, the only guy to me that stands out, and again, I don't want to pretend like I cover recruiting as closely as everybody else, but like Jordan Seaton kind of is the only like high-profile guy that I remember thinking we were going to get that I was disappointed that like it didn't work out. And you could say that the Big Francis from Miami as well.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
And probably Carnell Tate.
Okay.
A lot of times we'll lose a guy who's already on the roster instead of like in the recruiting battle.
Carnell Tate's probably a good one too. And then like he came back and teased you again, like where you thought maybe he was going to transfer here. But yeah, like, I mean, those were what, 5 years ago now, 4 years ago. Jordan Seaton he's just a junior, right? So I mean that's only 4 years ago. But
is he still at Colorado, or did he end up somewhere good?
He took a bag and went to LSU.
Good move.
Yeah,
good job.
And he looks like he's like he looked like a kind of a fat ass at Colorado.
Oh,
and then he got to LSU and he's put on like some good weight. Like he looks like an NFL offensive tackle.
Well, I was going to say I thought I'd seen him kind of pop up now, like back in the top 10 of mock drafts.
Because I saw the pictures of him like coming out of some of the LSU offseason workouts, and they're like, what the hell's going on at Colorado? Like, how are these guys in this bad of shape?
It's a good move by him. You'd have to feel pretty stupid going to
Staying
Colorado.
in Colorado right now, yeah.
Yeah. So, or I could go down here to LSU where they literally just pump out NFL players.
Well, he also said that they paid him like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like it was a huge number.
Probably a pretty easy choice.
All right, so right now he's projected as the second tackle in next year's draft behind Trevor Gooseby from Texas. So like, yeah, Seaton, Francis. I never can say Francis.
I have no idea.
Nagoa.
Yeah,
I mean, he ended up being a top 10 pick, top 15 pick.
Malagoa,
the
guy from Miami.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up in the top 10, top 12 in the NFL draft, and Seaton is too. So you lost on some high profile guys.
Yeah, but we got Ori Williams.
We also got David Sanders.
Yeah.
You also got David Sanders. So you did eventually land that tackle. Skill position players, though, like none really come to my mind.
I mean, Derrick Henry back.
Well,
in the day.
I'm talking about last 4 years.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
3 years, 4 years.
Hyder in there.
Or did we not feel like we were really?
There's another guy Big Ten.
See, that's funny. That's one I would say yes, but I was reading some. I can't remember if it was VolQuest or a national person saying that they never really thought Tennessee was quote unquote all in on Hyder because they've just had DGG circled as an
He
in-state
ain't
guy.
that good anyway.
Well, I'm not saying that's true or not. I'm just saying that's the cope that I've seen spun from. I want to say it was a national reporter that said like Tennessee lost on Hyder, but that their heart wasn't fully in it because of just how much they've prioritized Gabriel Georges.
I mean, you do probably get into a bidding war, and you're like, all right, I'll give this kid $750, and then he's like, Michigan's giving me $1 million, and you're like, I'd probably rather spend $1 million on this kid in the next cycle.
Why not both?
That was 2 cycles ago, though, right?
I thought it was last year, but I may be wrong.
Has Hyder not played at Michigan yet?
I don't think so, but
okay.
I don't know.
The years are running together for me, brother.
Me too.
And like maybe you're right. Maybe it was 2 years ago when he announced, but maybe it was one of those things where he was a junior announcing.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
like he announced before his senior season.
Why not have Judkins and Henderson?
I think you're right that this is his freshman year, Sam. So yeah, it would only be 1 cycle. So yeah, like you said, save some of that money and go for a guy the next year that's in state. That I don't know if he's a better prospect or not, but that would make sense. Send us a break. We'll come back. We'll continue the conversation. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station.
We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say it loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station.
Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen.
For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Get some.
Checking in over on the Freaks on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. Buck wants to know who won the kickball game.
U.S. United States of America won, Buck.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about the soccer game.
Yeah, kickball.
I thought he was asking about Spanky from his championship update from Friday, which I do have an update there. Sam, your hero,
Spanky,
Mm-hmm.
youth coaching legend.
Don't tell me they lost.
Lost twice. Lost game 1 on Thursday night. Had to play on Friday night for the championship, a winner-take-all game. Lost game 2 as well. I don't have details, but when I was walking to fill my water up, I asked him, and he just gave me a thumbs down and said they lost.
What did they do with the shirts?
He says he made money on them, so I guess he sold them to the other team.
Sold them to the winners.
Did he make like championship T-shirts?
Yeah. Before game 1.
I think he was asking for that. You make championship T-shirts before you win the championship.
It's bad karma.
It's just bad karma. Yeah.
But the kickball game, America won. America looked good in game 1. We'll see. We'll see what happens in game 2. Against Australia. If you're worried about, if you actually care about them winning the group, they are in good spot after winning impressively match 1 and then having Turkey lose to Australia in a pretty decently sized upset.
The way I took it is we're pretty much guaranteed to go on to the next thing now, right?
Yeah, we are. But
after winning that.
But you want to be as highly ranked as possible in there. Just like getting a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. If you win your group, you'll have an easier first game of the knockout stage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was gonna after you get through group stage, it reseeds basically based on most points and the goal differential and everything.
Not necessarily most points, but if you win your group, you'll play usually it'd be the second place, but hell, now that there's some third place teams going, you'd get a favorable matchup.
I'd also heard, didn't they expand this World Cup to 48?
They did, which has thrown a wrench into it.
So the knockout will be from 32 to 16?
Yeah, only doing it? So in the past, it'd only be 32 teams, and they'd cut from 32 to 16. So, advancing was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Now they go down from 48 to 32, which is not nearly.
Now they're just getting rid of all these teams like Iran and all these that don't really belong there.
Yeah. So it's not really as impressive to advance now.
Kickball.
And once you do advance, you have to win a game to get back to the spot that you would have been in had you just advanced out of the group in a regular scenario. So that is kind of annoying. But yes, America does look like they're going to avoid disaster of getting eliminated in the group stage.
So we got to get through the group and win one game for it to even be remotely impressive.
Yeah, kind of. Now, I will say, in terms of it being remotely impressive, I thought Friday night's performance, and from the soccer people I talked to, that's as good of a World Cup performance as we've ever had.
That's what I've read, at least.
Yeah, they're saying that's as good as we've ever played in the World Cup. So if we won the group and looked really awesome for 3 games, it would then be disappointing if you didn't win at least one game, Sam. But, I do think there's some actual excitement now to watch the rest of these games and whether or not they can continue to be as aggressive as they were, to score as many goals and look as crisp as they have been, to actually just attack.
I want to win the championship.
That still feels, like a really...
I want to beat the hell out of France.
That still feels like a long shot, but I got to say it feels a lot more realistic than it did prior to this first game, because America, for example, was... at times leading into it, Cody, they were 100-1 to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
And now that is down. After the first game, you are down to 35-1. So you're at least now in an actual puncher's chance range.
I just want to have a chance to play one of the big dogs.
Sure.
Paraguay, I can't show up for Paraguay. I can't be bothered for Paraguay. But I want to at least be at the table. Let's at least play France or Germany or whoever.
Okay.
Spain, maybe not Spain, but I want to at least, I'll watch that game. You know what I mean? Because those are real nations. Paraguay is not a real nation. Spain is a nation. Germany's a nation. France, England. I need to play one of our European brothers.
Paraguay had been pretty good leading into it. I know what you're saying just about the country size and all that, but from a soccer standpoint, they had been playing pretty good leading into it.
Yeah, I just mean from a name brand standpoint.
Right.
I'm glad you clarified that.
What'd you think I meant?
Just that Paraguay wasn't real. I was I'm pretty sure that they are a country.
I know it's a country, brother. I can point it out on the map. Can you?
No.
They're landlocked. You know that? Now you do.
Asuncion.
Close to Brazil.
So like if you're trying to project whether or not America's going to play those countries, we can't really do it because apparently there are 495 different combinations of how third place teams could be seeded. So basically the last day or the last game, the last round, whenever you get to this third match, there's going to be so many different combinations of who you could play, where they could move on to. So it's really hard to even try to think about who you'd play in that round of 32 game.
Walter Nolan. That's the guy they brought up.
Okay, yeah. But I mean,
he was at Powell. I mean,
well, yeah, no, I don't disagree. But he's already in the NFL. Like he's already played 1 year in the NFL. So like when was his recruiting?
It would have been 3 to 4 years ago.
No,
somewhere
he's already in the NFL.
3 to 4.
Maybe 5 years ago.
Maybe
he was already in the NFL. No,
were him and Nico in the same class?
It'll be at least 4 years ago. So he played 3 years, and he's already played 1 year in college football. So like at the very least, it's 5 years ago. Which I'm not saying that's wrong. I was more so looking at the last like 3 to 4 years. Once Heupel's kind of gotten here and been able to kind of recruit.
You don't think Heupel was established when Walter Nolan was? I mean, it would have been 2022, would it not?
Right. So, yeah, I mean, like,
because I was living with Miles.
Right. So you're recruiting in 2021.
And I remember because we lived in Powell.
His first year in college was 2022.
And I remember talking about, hey, that boy right over there. There's a college football player over there, 5-star.
His first year in college was 2022.
Yeah.
So that means, his senior year of high school was 2021.
So it would have been too early to recruit him?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's kind of like the whole Ty Simpson thing. Now, with that being in the backyard, like that was a miss. I'm not trying to downplay that, but I'm more so looking at just recent recruiting memories. Because even like Francis Malago or whatever, like I didn't look at that one as a huge loss because you hadn't really proven anything on the field yet. And like, who knows if you would have had the 2022 season by then if you'd have lost out on him.
Our highest rated recruit, he ended up being James Pierce, but he was a top 175 player in the country. We didn't have anyone in the top 150 committed in that class. Yeah.
That's pre-NIL and that's pre-Josh Heupel proving that he, could coach at this level.
There were more questions about Heupel's ability to recruit back then. I do remember that being a topic.
Well, we also just didn't have the money cannons either.
Yeah.
And like, I
wasn't a thing.
Yeah. I'm not trying to take away from Josh Heupel, but like I do think the money aspect of it and NIL and everything we can offer there, I do think gives us a much better chance recruiting than it did pre-NIL. You know what I mean? Whenever we're trying to project how Josh Heupel was going to do here at Tennessee, and his biggest question was, can he recruit?
It ended up being a pretty solid class.
In terms of evaluations.
You had James Pierce, Josh Josephs, Tyree West, Dylan Sampson. All those guys were in that class.
Yeah, those guys could play.
The people want an update from Sparky.
Spanky, they want an actual
Spanky.
Him to come in here and tell us what happened.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's in a mood to talk. We'll see if we can update kick off hour 3 with an update from him. Stay tuned. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports. Talk Sports.
Talk Sports. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Ay. Overrated, underrated, a Wednesday. Fan Run Radio, Talk Sports said, not in my house, I ain't talking to Kim, babe. Johnny Cody out here asking where the ops at. Tennessee Volunteers here for combat. It's the Cherokee Ghost, John Reed and Cody doing everything we can to bring Rocky Top back. Talk Sports from 7 to 10. Never leave a witness, never leave the
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. This hour is brought to you by SM Athletics. If you need any gear for your sports team or for your corporation, give us a call at SM Athletics, 865-966-3434 or online at smathletics.com. Let's head to our new favorites, SM Athletics salesman, Spanky, for a championship update.
Well, I'm sure y'all can tell by the mood and the excitement. It didn't go too well for Cofield T-Ball Black on Friday. Didn't go good at all.
How bad did it go?
Well, so I had the game plan going in. I had the option to be the home or the away team. And I thought, okay, usually our bats are pretty hot. I'll elect to be the visiting team. I'll bat first. We'll come out, bats on fire, make them play catch-up. Our bats wasn't on fire. And I kind of knew then, after that first inning, this is not going to be a good day.
We ain't got it.
Yeah. Today just ain't the day.
Turns out telling the group of 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds that you're disappointed in them did not light a fire for them to come out and respond.
No, it didn't. No. And the thing
we
was,
need a new coach.
They probably do.
Coach Spanky's mean to us, Daddy.
Dad, can we get a new coach?
So what was the final score?
I don't even remember what the final score was.
That means you got your ass beat.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I know this.
Think about how happy those other coaches were after just beating your team twice.
It's always a good day when people beat me.
They got to have a whole good weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
They beat you twice.
But I knew it was so it was tied at our last bat. And then next thing I know, they're at the top of their lineup and there's 10 minutes left. And And I'm like, okay, this ain't gonna go good. And I think they batted all. I think they maybe beat us by 8 runs. I don't know.
God,
it just didn't go good. And apparently people's calling me a crybaby, all that stuff, because I was arguing with the official over a foul ball and
who's calling
all
you
that
on Facebook or something?
Well, just people in the stands, and then after the game, I was, sportsmanship bad. We shook their hands, went through the line, and they Norwood's directors, they were like, hey, you want to line your kids up? We'll have the ceremony. And I was like, no, that's fine. Just give me the stuff you got for us. And they're like, oh, you don't want to be a part of the ceremony? I was like, no. I was like, I'll tell my kid, I'll give the kids their stuff over here and we'll go on about our business. I was like, they'll think in their minds they've done something. I was like, they've not. I was like, so we'll go over here. We'll have our own little moment. And everybody was mad at me over that.
The real Victor Wembanyama of Cofield T-ball.
So they were
no
mad.
Shaking hands, no doing nothing.
No, we shook hands. Now, we shook hands. We did that. But it's like I told the kids. I was like, look, guys. I was like, I'm still proud of you. I love y'all. We had a really good season. I was like, but we just lost. I was like, so we're not champs. I was like, I'm going to give you this little silver ring here because I know your mommies and daddies want to take pictures with it, and that's great and good and everything. But I just want you to know we did not win today. Then we took the second place trophy and we threw it in a creek.
A listener has written in, and he's very adamant that you're doing a bit here, and I'm trying to convince him that this is not you trying to be funny.
This ain't a work, pal.
Yeah,
this ain't kayfabe here. No, this is shoot.
The second place trophy in the creek, was that real?
Yes. Well, it was either. So my assistant coach, he had another idea, and the creek idea was the best idea. He wanted to go give the second place trophy to the umpire and try to fight him. So I was like, let's just throw it in the creek.
What the hell?
So y'all took the second place trophy they gave you and you threw it in the creek.
What's he supposed to do with it? Put it in his house?
Yeah.
Well, second place is just a reminder that they lost twice with all the chips down.
Yeah, I ain't gonna keep that.
Okay.
Who the hell wants a second place trophy?
No.
I don't know. Nothing wrong with silver. That's what I was always told.
Oh, well, they're.
If you ain't first, you're last. I also heard that. So
I tried to assure the listener that Spanky is not doing a bit here.
No,
this
I'm dead serious,
life.
people. I'm dead serious. You can go to my Facebook at Austin Swint on Facebook, and you can literally it's all there.
I'd like to see all the comments from all the other people's fans, all the other people's parents and players. And
this guy made my kid cry. Told him he was a loser.
So what's next?
We got football next. We actually start. We got middle school football today, and then we'll start.
Early.
We'll start Little League football probably in about another couple weeks, and then we'll just be on the road with football.
Y'all starting in June?
Middle school football does. We got summer workouts, conditioning, all that stuff right before the dead period hits.
It'll be hot and humid.
This is a defeated man over here.
Those born in the fire don't faint in the sun. That's why we get out there in that heat.
Yeah, there's something to that.
Those born in the fire don't think in the sun.
Don't faint.
Don't faint in the sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. That's your motivational quote
good
for the day.
That's pretty good.
Those born in the fire don't faint in the sun. That is pretty.
There you go.
Well,
pretty powerful.
Spanky, I'm sorry that this happened to you over the weekend. It does feel like you're a defeated man. It does feel like you're taking this hard.
Oh, it is. It was. I never thought. I was telling someone. I was like, I never thought that a 4-year-old baseball game would rip the absolute soul out of me. And I can't imagine. I was telling my sister. I was like, man. I was like, we are tore up over a 4U baseball game. I was like, what are we going to do when these kids get older? I was like, this is going to be bad.
Did the kids get anything?
Well, so what did
give them an ice cream cone or something?
Well, they got a silver ring because the winning team got a gold ring.
What happened to the shirts?
Well, the shirts. Well, the shirts. They went to the other Cofield team. I gave them to them. They can have it and all that stuff. They'll be getting a bill for it, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I gave them the shirts. I was respectful about it, all that stuff. I was like, yeah, that's great.
So these are generic shirts.
It just said
champion.
Yeah,
it's like Cofield champion, but they're both.
So the other coach wasn't going to pay for shirts for his team.
Well, luckily since I'm the youth club president, youth club just get a bill for it. So
okay, well that makes sense.
He's doing what we're calling double dipping. See, he bought the shirts here from SM Athletics.
Defer that payment.
He's taking money from one thing he runs to pay himself on the back end to get these shirts paid for.
Yeah, just
and he gets a commission off those.
Little embezzlement, no big deal.
Yeah. He's wetting the beak. All right, Spanky, get out of here before you admit to any other crimes.
Yeah, I better be quiet. Don't worry, everybody. Football is on the rise, and I'll be back for football season.
Appreciate checking in with you, Cody. Let's hit some Hour 3 headlines.
Well, Brett Bielema says that Tennessee offered $2.5 million more than what Illinois was paying for quarterback Luke Altmaier last offseason. Remember when we tried to go get Luke Altmaier from Illinois?
Yeah.
Well, Big Ten Bert says that we couldn't get him, even though we were offering him $2.5 million more than they were paying him.
I don't know if I believe that the way that Bielema is trying to paint this. Like, I imagine that he did not turn down $2.5 million to stay at Illinois. I'm imagining we offered $2.5 million more than Illinois said, okay, fine, we'll find $2 million more to pay you.
I don't know. He didn't mention that. He just he did
stayed
mention
in Illinois and turned down $2.5 million, he's a dummy.
He said we ended up playing that team in the bowl game and beat them.
Nobody loves bowl season
Bielema's
like
touting his Music City Bowl victory.
No one loves bowl season like Brett Bielema. Winning those bowl games, those mid-tier bowl games against SEC teams, like Brett Bielema actually acts like he's accomplishing something.
That keeps a man employed.
Right, but like it's a badge of honor for him. We go to those bowl games.
Like Mark Stoops at Kentucky. That's why you go coach Illinois.
We go to those bowl games and we're just kind of like, oh, just get the game over with. Like, of course we want to win, but like we don't necessarily do backflips over winning them, or at least I don't. Brett Bielema does, though.
Trey Smith recalled a story of, did you see this, where he was on this podcast? VFL Trey Smith, Kansas City lineman, of course. He was talking about a time where he was hauling ass. He was going like 80 in a 55 and ran into a state trooper. Says, I fly past him and I hit the brakes like, damn, he got me. He looked at me and said, son, you know how fast you were driving? I said, yeah, I was a little bit over. He said, then the guy took his glasses off and looked and said, you're that Smith kid, aren't you? I said, yes, sir. He said, go Vols, and walked away like nothing happened.
That's a cool story, knowing that Trey Smith is a good individual.
Wouldn't be the same as Georgia.
Wouldn't be as cool as if Trey Smith got to leave, then immediately got into a wreck and killed somebody. Yeah, like it's a cool story knowing that Trey Smith has kept his reputation,
sure,
very clean after that.
Yeah.
That story just makes you think how often this happens in Athens, and like, they're like, all right, kid, we got you for 75 over. If it was 60, I would have let you go.
Yeah.
Chris Lowe of On3 ranks Josh Heupel number 6 among SEC head coaches.
There might also be something to the idea also of being A, in state, but B, being like a big prize recruit, but being a big prize recruit in your state. You know what I mean? I'm sure most of those players from Georgia are, high 4 and 5 stars, but hell, they're just one of a dozen down there. They don't get recognized when they get pulled over. Trey Smith, he was a damn celebrity here in Tennessee. Go Vols. Yeah, good heartwarming story whenever you know that he hasn't gotten any trouble after that. Chris Lowe, yeah, we'll talk about his coaching rankings coming up. We'll do a segment on that.
Deion Sanders on gambling. He says something is wrong. Something's wrong with that. Somebody's gambling on a sport they're playing. You don't think something's wrong with that? Just say that to yourself. This guy on my team is gambling on the sport in the competition that we're about to go out there and have. It's wrong, says Deion Sanders. Of course, everybody else agrees.
Yeah, I think everyone's on the,
But Deion's got something at stake. I mean, he coaches in that league, so.
Yeah, I mean, it would be extra frustrating to be in the Big 12 and have to deal with this because, I mean, not only are you having to deal with Texas Tech buying players, but now you have to deal with them playing players that should be suspended or maybe even in jail.
Well, as of 40 minutes ago, the Big 12 has filed a complaint against Texas Tech and Texas AG Ken Paxton.
Yeah, essentially in their complaint, they are officially asking Texas Tech to do the right thing and not play him in any conference games. But Texas Tech has basically been like, nah.
Dabo Swinney says the only thing worse than having no rules is having rules you can't enforce.
Well, look, Dabo's a complainer and Dabo's a baby, and like I don't really like Dabo, but like that's a good bar there. Like, hey, I know everyone talks about having no rules as being the worst thing possible. That's not the case. The worst thing is actually having rules and just not enforcing them because you get half the people that follow them. Dabo's got to be extra mad because, I mean, he has to deal with Ole Miss poaching his player, too, after he's already on campus in classes.
Well, he's basically brought that up. He said,
Yeah.
I don't think any of us thought we'd be in a world where there's no order. Even in the NFL, there are rules. You can't sign with the Browns and go practice for 2 weeks, and then the Dolphins call you up and say, hey, man, what are they paying you? We'll pay you $1 million more. Come on down here to the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I've always said that about college players. They got more power than actual professionals now because professionals have contracts and professionals can't just leave anytime they want and be a free agent every single year. In college, you can do that. Now, look, I know this all points back to the answer of, hey, we just got to get into a CBA and collectively bargain all this stuff. And if everybody gets on the same page and agrees to it, players and coaches and schools alike, then none of this happens and we'll have rules.
Meanwhile, Kentucky's search for a new athletic director appears to be turning the corner as they have targeted Michigan State AD Jay Batt to be the school's new athletic director. The sides have not completed a deal, but ESPN says Kentucky planning to land Jay Batt.
Okay.
You know, Kentucky's, they were looking for an athletic director.
You said Jay Blatt is from where?
Michigan State.
Michigan State?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not like he's leaving a powerhouse athletic department. He's kind of leaving, Michigan State, kind of the opposite of a powerhouse, really. They just kind of feel like, I don't want to say a dead athletic department. That's too far, but like definitely not one on an upward trajectory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they haven't really been relevant in a while.
They're always going to be good in basketball as long as Tom Izzo's there. But
Izzo.
I do worry or wonder whether or not they have the fall off that I think some of us thought Duke was going to have. Now, Duke, of course, didn't with John Shire, but I'm not sure that Michigan State will have as much luck keeping that rolling after Izzo leaves. Although maybe they got enough money up there with Dan Gilbert and the mortgage loan guys and not Dan Gilbert, the Matt Ishbia, Dan Gilbert's op. Maybe he's got enough money to throw around with. They'll be fine. But Michigan State does not seem cool to me as a school at all. At one time, I think they did.
They made the playoff some years ago. They made the 4-team playoff.
Yeah,
remember that?
Got killed. But like at one point, I thought Michigan State has a cool school between the football program. They were always kind of a nice antithesis to Ohio State and Michigan. They were kind of like Penn State, except they were cool at the time because Penn State was, dead.
Yeah.
But now Michigan State, they don't have any juice at football. Izzo's just kind of a grumpy old man. It's kind of a dead program.
They are. Former NFL defensive lineman Aldon Smith died over the weekend, age 36.
Yeah.
Says he died Saturday in the Bay Area.
God, 36. That's my age.
Yeah, I know it. He played 6 seasons in the NFL for the Niners, the Raiders, and the Cowboys. The Niners selected him with the 7th pick in the 2011 NFL draft. Once viewed as one of the NFL's top young players.
Yep. Has Alden's as the cause been released?
They said there's no cause. I don't know what happened to him. Said no cause of death given.
At his peak, he was like talked about, I feel like, is like among the best defensive talents in the league.
Yeah. I mean, then he got mired in some controversy, right? Like he had am I remembering incorrectly, or did he have like a substance thing? He had like an alcohol thing?
He had a DUI situation. Okay. They talk about it in this article. Let me go back to it, see exactly what happened with him. He had some controversy. Driving under the influence in Miami in 2012.
He got suspended in 2014 and 2015.
Yeah, personal conduct, substance abuse.
Oh, he was out of the damn league. He was out of the league for years. Okay, so yeah, Aldon Smith was a cautionary tale for sure.
I'm seeing some tweet here that like someone posted a picture of him hours before he died, and he was at a homeless shelter passing out pizzas,
trying to do good things. Yeah. I saw a guy that was claiming that he was his friend that was with him. That basically was like, I came outside and he was just slunched over, like leaned up against his truck, which didn't seem like. Because I know some people are always worried that it was self-inflicted. It didn't seem like that was the story that happened there. But I don't know.
He definitely had some issues. Hit and run, DUI, vandalism. In 2021, second-degree battery charge in Louisiana. He had some off-the-field situations.
Before the 2013 season, he was rated as the number 7 player in the NFL. So, like, when Sam says he was thought of as one of the best players, yeah, like, not only just young players, he was thought of as the best, one of, if not the best, defensive lineman. Like, they said he had, they make a point to say he was 2 spots ahead of Von Miller, you know.
I remember watching, it was a Monday Night Football game where he had like 4 or 5 sacks in a single game. Because I remember when Taylor Lewan gave up all those sacks, people were talking like Taylor Lewan was looking like he had Alden Smith lined up next to him or something like that.
Yeah. He went to rehab. He checked into rehab during the 2013 season. Then he got in trouble before he came back with possessing 3 felony counts of possessing illegal firearms. Yeah. Okay.
Just an update on the Kentucky AD. I said they haven't reached the deal yet. They got him.
Okay.
Kentucky, as of 49 minutes ago, Kentucky Athletics tweeted that they're welcoming him to campus. So,
any other headlines we need to hit?
No, that's about it. Yeah.
We'll talk some college football coaches coming up next.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Once the NBA and NHL seasons are over, Omaha's winding down, you get that feeling of the offseason. And with the offseason comes list season. And first to the plate for list season was Chris Lowe. And Chris Lowe wanted to rank the best coaches in college football. At least in the SEC. This is just an SEC ranking, right?
Yeah.
Best coaches in SEC football. Sam, Bubba, who would you rank as the best coach in the SEC right now?
Kirby Smart.
Kirby Smart. Okay. I think that's completely fair. Number 2. Who's the second best coach in the SEC right now?
I don't feel like he is, but I feel like the answer is probably going to be Sark.
Bubba, do you concur?
I do.
2 for 2. Who's the third best coach in the SEC? If you're Chris Lowe and ranking these.
He's probably going to say Lane Kiffin.
Sam, do you concur?
Yeah.
Wow, Bubba, 3 for 3. Who's the fourth best coach in the SEC?
I'm going to go with Mike Elko.
Bubba, do you concur? Bubba, do you concur?
You know, I don't, but also I think that makes more sense. I would have said DeBoer, but also I think that's just because a bigger name than Elko.
Bubba officially knows more ball than Sam. DeBoer comes in at number 4 on the list. Elko at number 5. Then you get Josh Heupel at number 6.
Oh, what? No Ryan Silverfield?
No John Summerall?
Summerall comes in at number 10, which is funny. If I'm Shane Beamer, I'm like, damn it, really? Really? I can't get ranked ahead of the new guy?
Can't at least get some seniority.
Silverfield at 15.
15?
Yeah.
Who's 16th?
Will Stein,
Oh.
who's never coached before. So I guess they're saying, hey, like, I got absolutely nothing to go off of. You've never been a head coach anywhere, so I can't rank Silverfield ahead of you.
Whoa, where's Drinkwitz at?
Right behind Josh Heupel at number 7. I agree with what you said, really, through the top 3. Kirby has to be number 1. Sark's done enough now and has enough respect to be number 2. Kiffin versus DeBoer. I don't know. DeBoer's went to a national championship game. Kiffin's gone.
What has Kiffin won?
Huh? He went to the playoff last year, and I know he didn't coach the playoff game, but like he took them to 11-1 last year.
Come on. Like, look at their schedule.
You just asked what they won. I'm just saying he won 11 games.
He hasn't won anything of substance. He's won a lot of regular season games, and he's done nothing in the postseason.
So, in your opinion, is going to the playoff nothing?
He didn't coach in the playoff.
Well, no, I'm saying
he's done nothing.
But
yeah,
he got them to the playoff.
And then he dipped town.
Well, I understand that, but
I don't think that's deserving of even like saying that he got to the playoff, because he didn't go and show that what he can do on the biggest stage. He just said, I'm going to go play my SEC schedule against Furman and all these trash teams and beat up on them and go 10-2, 11-1, and we'll make it, to the big stage. And then once the lights get bright and I have to coach an actual hard football game, I'm just going to dip and go take the best job.
I do think Lane Kiffin would have beaten Tulane last year. Now I don't know if he'd have beaten Georgia in the playoff, but I just mean the act of qualifying for the playoff, because he coached the Mississippi State game. They were 11-1. Like, that's at least a feather in his cap, in my opinion. That's a line on the resume of like, hey, took Ole Miss to 11-1 and qualified for the playoff. Now, you're right. He left and didn't coach in the playoff, so he doesn't get credit for any of those playoff wins. But he did take them 11-1. During that run, they won at Oklahoma. They beat LSU. LSU inexplicably ranked number 4 at the time. But that's pretty much it.
It's Kirby by a mile. The way I look at it, Kirby's number 1, and then I think you can fill it in however you want to fill it in after that. Because I think you can easily argue against Sark at number 2. You could look at DeBoer and what he did with talent at Washington and maybe rank him higher if you want to, or you could rank him lower because he's at Alabama and he's not performing. You can shuffle around 2 through 6 or 7 or whatever, however you want to.
Yeah, with DeBoer, I think you take Washington and you have to take Fresno into account and try to give him credit for both of those.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. And I think what Kiffin did, having those double-digit win seasons at Ole Miss, like being able to revive that brand, or not revive it, but take it to new heights where it's never been.
Mm-hmm.
You could say that that's as impressive as Sark underachieving at Texas, at a place like Texas. Now, Sark has been to 2 semifinals, so, 2 playoffs appearances, but what has Sark done in the playoffs? Nothing. They beat Arizona State, and then they've lost on the big stage where it mattered. They always lose to Georgia. Like, you could say Sark is a major underachiever, but he's number 2 by default.
Chris Lowe gives Sark the number 2 spot over Kiffin. He says it was a tough call, but says ultimately he is giving Sark the nod because he's gone 13-3 in the SEC.
Well, they're very similar coaches. They came up together, both drunks working under Pete Carroll. I mean, they've been through the ringer together all these years, Kiffin and Sark. They're one and the same.
13-3, though, like, I don't think is a fair story. Because much like Sam's talking about Ole Miss's schedule, Texas has been blessed, got blessed the first 2 years with a pretty cake SEC schedule.
They have, and Sark has lost every game of consequence. I mean, basically. I mean, he beat Arizona State,
He beat A&M as well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying those are games of consequence. I'm not saying
no, but Texas, not the Texans, not the Texas. They're supposed to beat A&M. They can't beat Georgia. That's where they think they should be. They're Texas.
Spoiling A&M's trip to the playoff 2 years ago was a game of consequence.
I'm sure they enjoyed it.
No, that was a pressure packed game. Now they won it with defense. They didn't win it with Sark's offense. That offense got completely shut down, and it was more about Texas A&M's inability to move the ball. But I'll give him at least credit for that win. But overall, you're not exactly wrong. He's 14-7 against nationally ranked teams over his past 3 seasons, according to Chris Lowe.
Yeah, I'm just saying every time they're up against a big boy, though, they lose. They lost to Ohio State. They don't beat Kirby. Like, that's where Texas thinks they should be.
Okay.
Competing at the highest level, the championship level. And I don't think they are. Now, maybe that changes this year with Arch a year better, and, we'll see.
Do they have Georgia on the schedule this year?
I don't know.
Bubba, can you look that up and see if Texas, what their schedule is this year and whether or not they have Georgia this year? Because they got Ohio State, and they got Ohio State at home. So like that's going to be a big marquee game.
They beat Alabama on the road that time.
Yeah, they beat Alabama.
That was a big win.
That was Saban's Alabama too.
Yeah, go into Bryant-Denny and win. That's a big one. I'll give him credit there.
Texas's schedule is Texas State.
I just need to know whether or not they have Georgia, Bubba.
They don't. They host Ohio State.
I don't.
They host Oklahoma.
What
they
about
host
Texas
Florida.
Tech? When is that game?
They're dodging Texas Tech.
Don't see it.
I do think overall the point of Kirby Smart gap everybody else is probably the biggest takeaway here. I think you could make a case. I think you could shake up and make a case for really the next 5 guys. Like, if you want to throw Elko in there, that's fine. I think if you wanted to throw Heupel in there and make a case that he's as good as his resume's as good as Kiffin's or Sark's, I'd at least pay attention and listen to that. Now, the 8-5 last year really takes a lot of that wind out of those sails, in my opinion. But I thought going into last year, Heupel deserved more love than he was getting. 8-5, I'm not really going to stand on here and beat the drum and make the case for him.
Besides beating Georgia, what has Lane Kiffin done that Josh Heupel hasn't?
So what the way I would answer that, and you can go back and say schedule or whatever, and that would be fine. I would just say that over the last 3 years, Kiffin's won double-digit games all 3 years. And like 2 of the last 3 years for Heupel, he hasn't done that. Like we've gone 9-4 and 8-5. And that's just a 3-year sample. I understand that's small, but Kiffin did win really 4 of his last 5 years at Ole Miss. 3 years in a row, won double-digit games.
Kiffin also had USC.
So you would think that something happened from that, right? Like you'd think that maybe something positive in your program happened from just winning double-digit games multiple years in a row.
Well, that's where I would come back and say that making the semifinals and coming close to winning a national championship would be something good happening.
He didn't coach it. He didn't coach the team, John.
But
he doesn't get credit for that.
But yes, he does because
he doesn't. He didn't coach the games.
He built the program.
He didn't coach the damn game.
But
Pete
it's his
Golding
roster,
did that.
though. It's his roster.
Pete Golding did that in a 2-week
So
prep.
you're giving Pete Golding more credit for them going to.
I would give Pete Golding more credit in those games than Lane Kiffin because Lane Kiffin wasn't on the damn sideline.
But he built the roster. He found Trinidad Chambliss.
And he left.
He did leave, but I'm not.
He had his little minions coaching it for him. I'd give more credit to damn Charlie Weiss than Lane Kiffin.
Well, respectfully, I think that is just not fair. I think that's an anti-Kiffin agenda thing because I think we know that he built the roster.
He can't win big games. And the time that he had the chance to go win big games with the most talented roster that he built, he dipped.
So are you telling me that Pete Golding is a better coach than Lane Kiffin?
I'm just saying that Lane Kiffin hasn't accomplished anything in a game of significance outside of beating Georgia once.
He got them to the playoff. I wouldn't point to one particular game, though, to your point, in terms of just the biggest game. There's not really one I look at on their schedule and say, wow, you beat LSU at home. Good job. But I got to give him credit for building the program. Like, Ole Miss is in a much better position because of those double-digit win seasons, is all I'm saying. When you ask, like, where they got to from winning those games, they got set up now to where they went to the playoff, and now they're nationally relevant. He made them nationally relevant. I still would take him over Pete Golding.
Hang the banner, nationally relevant.
Well, hell, what's Josh Heupel done?
Exactly.
Well, you said, is Tennessee nationally relevant?
Right now, not really.
Okay, so that's what Lane Kiffin's done that Josh Heupel hasn't done. He made Ole Miss nationally relevant.
Is Ole Miss really nationally relevant, or is Lane Kiffin just nationally relevant? Is he just a mouthpiece? Because I think a lot of people don't really give a crap about Ole Miss anymore.
We'll find out. I think the 1 year carryover with Chambliss and just them still being new, I think will carry some weight this year, and we'll see where it goes. I personally don't think Golding will keep that thing rolling. So I tend to think that they're going to crash and burn, but.
Well, to me, it speaks to the point that 2 through 6 are interchangeable. I mean, the way
nobody has a firm grasp on it.
No, I don't.
Especially for me, 3 through 6. Like, I mean, if you want to give Sark the credit, whatever, but I don't think he's necessarily earned that either. But
yeah, it's Kirby by a mile, and then we'll see if someone establishes themselves as like, yes, this guy's definitely the second best coach in the league.
Now, prior to last year, Sam, I think the Kiffin Heupel thing, you could have made the same case, right? Because you had said Heupel had won double-digit games 2 of his last 3 years. But to me, that's the problem with last year with Heupel is like he lost his claim in my book with the 8-5. Now he can get it back this year by getting back and winning 10 games. If he wins 10 games, that'll be a hell of a coaching job, and we'll have a different discussion. But none of these other top coaches have unless I'm wrong, maybe Elko did. And Elko, to me, the love for him's a little premature.
Well, Elko's going to have the talent. The thing is, like, if Elko really is the second best coach in the SEC, I think he'll be able to prove that.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to have the resources to do it. So we'll find out about him. There's no excuse if Texas A&M throws up another 8-4 or something like that, you know.
But like the last 3 years, Sark hasn't thrown up an 8-5 season. He's gone double digits 3 years in a row. 12-2, 13-3, 10-3.
I'm fine with having those guys ahead of Heupel. I'm not really arguing for Heupel. Although you could say, because Sark's got the 2 playoff appearances, you could say 2022 we would have been a playoff
for
team,
sure. Yeah.
Obviously, if it was a 12-team playoff.
And I'm going back and I'll say it again. Like, if this was a discussion last year, I think I did make the case that Heupel was underrated. Heupel did have the resume with those guys, especially if you start taking in DeBoer's time at Washington and Fresno State, then hell, taking Heupel's, pass at UCF where they won a bunch of games.
Yeah,
but to me,
Kiffin had USC #1 in the country. Never forget.
To me, Kiffin, last 3 years, double-digit wins every year. Sark, last 3 years, double-digit wins every year. Elko, premature because they went 8-5 his first year. Now, the next year he followed up and was great, but like I need to see more out of him before I put him as a elite top 3, top 4, top 5 coach in the SEC.
Yeah.
His time at Duke was solid enough, but like 9-4, 7-5 ain't good enough to point to that time and as reason for him being a top 5 coach.
Yeah. To be determined on Elko.
Yeah.
I think he's got some juice, though. I do think he'll have them pretty relevant. He's got a good program down there. Where is Venables at? Is he come in after Drinkwitz?
Venables comes in at number 9 behind Clark Lee. Clark Lee comes in at number 8.
Okay. I thought Venables did a really good job last year. Getting that turnaround for Oklahoma, especially the schedule they were given compared to Texas.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how.
He was on the hot seat.
He was.
But
he was.
I thought he did
Are
a
you
great
buying
job.
him off the hot seat, though?
Yeah, well, for now. It's year to year in college football, but I thought he had a great coaching job last year. I mean, you go win. Well, he won back-to-back games, right? And Tuscaloosa and Neyland. 2 games they thought they were going to lose. Like, everybody was kind of ready to fire him.
Were those more about his coaching jobs or Tennessee and Alabama on the other end just not?
I thought he outcoached
well?
Heupel.
Okay.
I felt that way during that game. But
Sam, do you look at Oklahoma beating Tennessee as more of a Brent Venables success or a Heupel failure?
He did kind of have us in a blender there, but
yeah, I thought it felt that way.
Yeah. I feel like it maybe is more of an indictment on Aguilar than maybe Heupel.
Aguilar didn't do Hype any favors turning the ball over like that.
But, to your point, that is Venables' job to confuse the quarterback.
I'd go probably about even.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about Venables behind Clark Lee. Clark Lee's done a pretty damn good job. But how much of that do you attribute to just Pavia being a winner? Will they continue to be not bottom feeders?
I wonder how much of it too is like. I think it does have some weight to it, but like the program that you're at, obviously, like I think Kiffin probably gets propped up a little bit for turning that Ole Miss team around, and like Clark Lee obviously doing it in a very, very difficult spot at Vanderbilt, whereas Oklahoma's probably a little bit easier to go and get some kids into the boat type of thing.
Yeah, but also say on the flip side, it works against you too, because if you win 10 games, 2 of your 4 years coaching at Vandy, they're going to be doing backflips for you. Whereas at Oklahoma, Venables has won 10 games 2 times, and they're like, we're not sure about him. Mm-hmm. Now, on the flip side, 2 of those 4 years have also been losing records. He's gone 6-7, 2 of his 4 years there too, but
he's kind of doing the Heupel thing, except in a more drastic.
Yeah, instead of winning 8 games, he wins 6.
Yeah, which we would be.
But if I told you Clark Lee went 32-20 over a 4-year stretch with 2 double-digit win seasons, he'd be a legend.
Yeah.
Whereas Venables, like even now, even coming off of their season they had last year, I'm still not sold on him.
And historically, there would be a vast difference of resources there. Of course, although I don't know if that's still the case.
Yeah, I don't know if that is the case anymore. It might sound crazy, but it almost feels like you'd have an easier time recruiting people to Vanderbilt in today's game than you would Oklahoma.
Because of Nashville?
Yeah, it's because of Nashville, and it just feels like Vandy's got just as much, if not more, money to invest. Maybe that's completely wrong. Maybe that's dumb to say because they still have the academic standards and everything. But
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
They went out and got Jared Curtis, the big 5-star quarterback.
Nate Bargatze.
Are 5-star quarterbacks playing for Oklahoma still? Now, maybe they will just because all those guys won the Heisman and everything. Maybe they still have that rub, but
Lincoln Riley ain't there.
Before this last year, Oklahoma seemed to be in a dire place as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, it was looking pretty grim.
And
that's why I said I thought he did such a good job last year.
But I'm not ready to say that they're not in that spot just because they beat Tennessee and beat Alabama. Because if they lose those 2 games, just those 2 games, the whole narrative changes.
Yeah.
Are those two wins enough to?
Well, they beat Michigan too, right?
At the beginning of the season, yeah.
So I mean, that's a good win.
A true
I guess.
freshman quarterback coming in there. Yeah, I mean, I think
it was a hyped up game.
We gave them credit for it at the time, but then like when we saw the way Michigan looked, we're kind of like,
Yeah.
Point being, though, like it feels like their resurgent season might have been a little smoke and mirrors.
Well, and then they lost to Alabama when it mattered.
Blew a 17-point lead.
Yeah. It's kind of like Kentucky basketball against Tennessee. Mark Pope the last couple of years.
Should Oklahoma be a team to watch this upcoming season? With Mateer returning, most of their offense returning.
What about their defense? Because I know they lost some big guys off defense. Like their defense is what carried them last year. I personally, Bubba, I personally think they're going to violently regress. Maybe this is my stubbornness, but like I would sell Oklahoma stock.
Do they play Michigan again? Or have they already played that twice?
They already played that twice. They went there 2 years ago.
What's their big?
No, I think they played them
right?
September 6th.
Okay, so they haven't already been to Michigan?
Yeah, so they'll play Illinois State to open, then Michigan, Temple, Auburn week 4.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. They play at Michigan. Okay. So they got to go there.
That'll be a big game.
They go to Michigan, to Georgia, neutral site Texas for 3 of their 5 games. So like
3 of the first 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
UTEP and New Mexico sandwiched in there, but yeah, then at Michigan, at Georgia, neutral site Texas. So
that Texas OU game is always weird.
The good vibes surrounding that program, though, have a chance to crater if they come out and they're 2-3, and they've lost their 3 games on their schedule that they really have circled.
Yeah, and even 3-2, you're asking questions.
But after that, the schedule does obviously ease up a bit. Home for Kentucky, at Mississippi State, home for South Carolina, at Florida, home for Ole Miss.
That's a pretty nice run.
Texas A&M, at Missouri. So, like, if they went 3-2, I think you could still get to 8-4 and feel all right. But if you go 2-3, maybe the wheels come off. I don't know.
That's a nice October stretch they got there.
Yeah, I guess in 2024 when I thought they'd played Michigan, I guess we were their big home game. Just kind of start the.
Yeah,
they had Temple, Houston, and Tulane before they got us. So yeah, we were kind of their marquee game that year. Beat their ass.
Yeah, we did.
It's nice that Chris Lowe, Tennessee guy, is still giving Heupel love. I don't know if I have a lot of confidence that Heupel will show up whenever other people start doing their rankings, their coaching rankings. I think Heupel is going to be lower on other people's rankings than they are Chris Lowe's.
He doesn't get the same respect some of these other guys get.
Well, like, to me, I wouldn't be shocked if other people ranked Clark Lee or Brent Venables ahead of Josh Heupel. I wouldn't be shocked on that.
Yeah.
I'll just read real quick what he wrote about Heupel. 2 years ago, Heupel had Tennessee in the playoff run on the strength of a defense that played lights out. But a year later, he fired DC Tim Banks after the Vols dipped to 8-5. It's not really fair to label this a make or break year, especially when you consider the mess he inherited. In his second season, the Vols won 11 games.
Inherited.
Just talking about Pruitt, the NCAA stuff, which is true, but like I don't really count that in 2026.
6 years ago?
Yeah, I don't really count that anymore. Even so, back-to-back mundane years wouldn't sit well on Rocky Top. Heupel is likely to play a true freshman quarterback this season, Faison Brandon. How about that? Chris Lowe saying that Faison Brandon likely to be the starter. But his offenses at Tennessee have scored more than 30 points per game all 5 of his seasons. Okay, that's it. Last call on the other side. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Last call here on the program. Bubba, what did we miss so far today?
There's been a very heartwarming story going around involving Arion Carter. And the unfortunate tragedy that his partner or girlfriend faces, Miss Bryant, going through breast cancer and having to shave her head. Well, he decided to join her in solidarity. So good luck for Arion Carter, PR move-wise.
PR move-wise? It wasn't a damn PR move. It was him doing something for his woman.
There's no guarantee he'll be with this girl for the next 15 years of his life.
That doesn't matter. What kind of mindset is that, Bubba?
That's the modern mindset.
No, the mindset doesn't mean, hell, me and you might not be friends 15 years from now. But you know what? We should enjoy the moments we have together now and not think that way. You should try to be nice to me now, and I'll try to be nice to you. Same way as, I don't know if Carter and that woman will be married and be together in 15 years, but it seems like he loves her now. So you do stuff that show you love her now, Bubba. Hell far.
We got a new name in the chat that I haven't seen before.
Okay.
Coming in kind of out of nowhere.
Saying something hateful?
Allison.
Saying
the final score for Spanky's game the other day was 11-3.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
This could be someone on the inside.
Perhaps. Allison or Spanky claiming that he didn't know the score.
Allison says final score was 11-3 in this.
3 runs after saying they averaged like 20 a game.
Although I will say to Spanky's credit, he did say he thinks they lost by 8 because he said they scored a whole bunch of runs in their last inning. He did say that.
Okay.
What do we make of the strategy of batting first in baseball? Like being willing to choosing to go be the road team and not ensure that you get your last chance to win. As kickball,
it's a risk.
As kickball captain, I like doing that sometimes too. You want to set the tone early, but it does backfire if you don't score. It's a bold move, but I understand they lost. You want to get out and get the bats hot. Sounds really dumb when you tell me they only scored 3 runs though.
You watching any of this? You gonna watch any of this World Series this week?
No.
College? Still no interest in that?
Nah.
I saw Troy had a big.
Oh, it was a great opening weekend for that.
Yeah, they had a big moment against Ole Miss. They score like 7 runs in the last.
They scored 7 runs in the 7th and 8th inning.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's big time. That's cool for
I
them.
was visiting my friend who just had a baby, and he had it on, and I saw the Ole Miss shortstop call off the third baseman, then fall down on a pop-up that cost them 2 runs.
North Carolina's put themselves in good position, so maybe we'll be able to say we lost to the champs.
We didn't.
I know we never played them. We never played them, but we lost their regional.
You know, did they win? They beat West Virginia last night? I
Yeah.
saw it was 2-2 in the 7th. I assume they did, but
yeah, they've advanced to the whatever.
When I was just doing that regional preview, they did look like they had the type of team that could win the championship. It did seem like they had the pitching that you needed, the bullpen arms and an ace. It did feel like they were a dangerous team. Maybe Trevor out there could be a little bit happy, though, because his Mississippi State Bulldogs went home, but Ole Miss just joined them. They went 2 and done.
That Georgia team still looks just crazy, though. They went and just beat the snot out of Texas, and their pitcher had like 15 strikeouts in a game.
That's not the one they've played, though, right? They played game 2 tonight.
Yeah,
they got Oklahoma tonight.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Alabama, Texas in an elimination game, and then Georgia, Oklahoma in the winners.
Okay.
Georgia, North Carolina could be fun. If that ends up being the championship series, I might watch.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll get an itch for some sports over the next week, since basketball's done. But
yeah, you got Bama, Texas today in elimination game, and then West Virginia, Troy tomorrow, elimination game.
Bubba, what else?
Japanese fans are going viral for bringing their own trash bags to help clean up with the help of Jameis Winston.
Wow. How about that? That's a culture looking out for themselves. Clean up, no litter, no trash.
Japanese people like it clean. They do not like trash.
Their interviews with like the news people out front of the stadium have been awesome too. Like, I had
Texas.
Terry Black's barbecue. It was incredible.
Everything big in Texas. We love it.
Texas.
Also, James Harden arrested.
I loved that, and I loved the South Koreans and the Mexicans drinking tequila together outside of their game. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just passing around a big bottle of tequila, just all of them. Because they couldn't bring it in. I guess they thought they could bring it in the stadium, but couldn't. So they're just crushing it looks like a handle, or maybe it was a fifth of tequila just passing around though.
Do you eat the worm?
But now they're getting ready to play each other, so maybe that ends. But after the game, they both won their first game, and the Mexicans and the South Koreans were dancing to Gangnam Style out after the game. James Harden arrested. They did James Harden a little dirty with the headlines because they were talking about him getting caught with weapons, but I saw an update that was basically it's his gun, it's registered, he just didn't have it properly holstered.
Yeah.
So it seems like the cops probably could have let that go. I don't know what he was doing with the gun, but wasn't like he had a legal
Sliming somebody out.
Yeah, it wasn't like
pistol
he had
whipping somebody.
Yeah, it wasn't like he had a legal weapon.
Shut up, cop.
I don't know if it was just sitting in his front seat or whatever, but the headline was much more salacious than I think the story actually was there, though. But you don't really get to hear too many stories about James Harden in June, though. His team's usually been eliminated by then.
So a shot on the way out.
At least he got to be in the news. That'll do it for us. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. Stay locked in on Fan Run Radio.